to show it. Maybe you don't miss me the same. I know I'm done for thinking that this could be a thing, and hoping we could just stay the same. I even told my mom about you. I'm pretty sure she would have liked you too.
There you go. All that I got was an open note. Me versus him, we were toe to toe. In the end, true love wasn't what you chose.
Hey everybody!
You got attached
One
to
second, I'm
leave me.
going to go
Even
ahead and
move
turn
close
this
'cause you
down
had-
a little bit. The wonderful, wonderful non-copyright music from Spotify, and I will switch over. It looks a little different today. There's no game behind me, and that is because this is. Oh yeah, enjoy your stream. Have a good one, Wookie. This is all to kind of show you my setup. I've been streaming for about almost 6 months, guys. Yay! Brr, 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 brr. I wish I had. Maybe that's something I need to do. I need to get a soundboard next where I can make the sounds. And do them on command over here. But this is really for me to show you what I have done for my setup. But then also, as we just talk about what I've done and how I've set up my streams, if there's any questions you have, please feel free to ask them. I'll try to keep them, try to monitor them as best as I can in the chat. You may also notice, so this is a notepad behind me. This, I guess I can show as my first trick. This is really just my desktop screen, but because I don't necessarily, I have like just a whole bunch of games and I don't want it to necessarily be distracting. I sometimes use a notepad to just go over my screen as I share it, so that it's a little bit less distracting. But anyway, hi guys, I hope you're doing well. Just to let y'all know, I am still fine with the storms and everything, and there are a lot of storms going through the United States right now. Actually, let me move this over here because I want to have a little bit better control over the audio. There we go. Actually, I can do one better. I can open the mini player, and so I can put this over here, and so y'all can actually see what's playing while I'm talking. So again, this is just Spotify playlist for this non-copyright. So that's just gonna be in the background. Oh, pet the puppies, of course. All right, pet the puppies. Bardock, you got pet Miss Ayana. Oh my God, Eternal. Oh, and Maya too. Pet Maya. These are from Miss Ayana. Squish. Yes, good babies. So I've learned a lot because I kind of didn't even watch streaming before I started to stream, and I decided to stream pretty like I just woke up one morning. I was like, hey, I wanted to stream. So everything, I didn't like know a lot of other people that were streamers. I knew of people, but I didn't really know them enough to really feel comfortable asking them questions. And so I learned a lot by trial and error. And so this is kind of also to help you if you're thinking about streaming, or if you are streaming, maybe there's something that I'm doing that, you're interested in. The first thing I'm going to go over, really just to get us started, is to talk about my OBS setup. And so I'm going to move that over. Boom. Okay, cool. You should be all seeing kind of myself mirrored in multiple backgrounds. But this is how my OBS is set up. So I'll go through it a little bit. I have this right here, which is studio mode, which is why you can see the two sides, and is why I can zoom back and forth. So I'll go ahead and zoom back and forth. And that uses a scene transition that my lovely mod Stove made for me, that allows me to go back and forth between the two. If I want to change scenes from this first one, all I have to do is I have to choose whichever one I want, and then I push the zoom button, and then that uses the fade transition that was made for me. If I want to go to the end card, then I can do that as well. So there we go. Okay. So that is, like, generally speaking, how that is done. So I'm just going to like kind of go around and describe everything. I can take it off studio mode, and when I do that, that's what it looks like. So that's off of studio mode. But I do prefer to keep it on studio mode because the changes I make here, so here, let me give you an example. So let's say I make changes in this pane. I can move things back and forth, but the one that's live doesn't change. So this allows me to change things if I want without you necessarily seeing it. Mini Nat, yeah. There are so many mini Nats. So this allows me lots of mini naps. I am everywhere. This allows me to, let's say, I wanted to make chat geode huge. So I can do them over here, and then I press zoom, and then those changes come into effect on the next screen. But those changes don't go into effect until I change them, or until I switch basically to the live version. And so that is why I like to do studio mode while I'm streaming. It is a lot sometimes to keep track of because I have this up, and then I have my stream up, and then I also have my a stream manager up, which we can also go in later. But this is kind of what I see. What I would see is like this on this side, and then whatever I'm streaming on the other side. Knox, welcome in. So let's go ahead and let's work. So that's basically why I have studio mode on, and then also why I use a transition. Now, the transition itself is a small video that was created for me. If you're interested in getting your own scene transition, I cannot make these. I wish I knew how to make them, but it is basically a small video that you use to add as a scene transition. So you can, instead of just doing the fade, you can do what was made for me, which is this zoom motion, and allow you to zoom back and forth using a transition. So the transition, I can show you how to implement a transition, which is basically you just add it here, and then it comes up with a button here. I could choose a different option, but this is the one. The zoom is the one for my video, basically to play over the screen. But I cannot tell you how to make them. If you would like to know how to make them, you're going to have to talk to somebody that knows more about video editing and videography, or just like editing short videos in general. But from my understanding, it was not too difficult to make, but also like just need to know technical sort of thing. Currently drinking sweetened milk. I made the idiotic decision to eat a bulldog 3 times spicy, and my stomach is suffering now. Oh my God, Miss Ayana. Poor Miss Ayana. And then, also, if I were to, actually, I'll do that as an example in a second. Miss Ayana, I hope you don't mind if I bring you on screen momentarily, or at least your PNG, and I'll show y'all how to add a PNG. So this is, again, how it's set up. You can choose different docs and what you would like, but this is how I normally have it. So I have my Twitch activity feed is right here. So this basically all the alerts that come through my OBS, I get a little readout of them here. So if you do something anonymously, most times, do you get pets? I'd have to change. You know what? I'd have to change my model, but I can also go through changing models too. So maybe in a little bit later, you can get pets as well. So basically, there are some things that you can do to use points anonymously, and those, I still see who does them here, even though if they're anonymous in Twitch. I still see who spent the channel points. The only thing so far that has been truly anonymous has been anonymous subs. I got anonymous community subs the other day. I have no idea who was the anonymous donor to gift community subs. No idea. So it did not even pop up on my activity feed. And I was like, oh my God, it's truly anonymous. People are like, well, yeah, they clicked anonymous. You can do that. I'm like, well, no, you don't understand. You can use channel points even anonymously. And I still see that on the back end. But the bare minimum to set up to stream. Okay, cool. So to set up to stream, you would need scenes, you need sources, and your audio mixer and your controls. You don't necessarily need to do the transitions because you can just go from one scene to another. And you don't necessarily need your activity feed here. But now that the activity feed's pretty self-explanatory, we'll go to scenes. So these are the scenes that I have, and I'll go ahead and click through them so you can see. So I have my setup, so you'll see it change on the left side, okay? So I have my setup screen. I have my streaming not full screen because I used to stream full screen without the border, but now this is just how it looks like. I have my water break screen. I have my, I call it shid, but as I have to poop. I have an interview station where I'm sideways. Currently sideways right now. There we go. Turn myself right side up. This was interview station. So the reason it looks like this is because whenever it's in the studio mode, sometimes the border doesn't apply appropriately like it should. So sometimes it happens. But it does have the border in there where I would be in front of the fireworks. Here, I'll just go ahead and zoom so y'all can see. So I would be in front of the fireworks, and then chat would appear to my side. So I have that as an overlay as well. And then I have my end card, which y'all have seen my end card and y'all know my end card. This is basically what I do to end my stream. So starting from here, I would say for scenes, you would, having a setup screen is nice because it has something up while you're finishing setting up, and also lets people sort of filter in while you're setting up your stream, and then also so you don't just get streaming right off the bat. So a good reason for that is normally it takes like 5 minutes or so for people to start filtering in. For some people, they literally have their stream up. They'll like, hey, I'm starting in an hour. We'll start their stream, have like a countdown timer on it, and then an hour later be in there, right? I got my starting back, be back, and stream ending scenes already done, but they only have one source. Okay, cool. So let's go to that. So these are the sources, right? The background right here is just this. It's a PNG that I have called setup. Okay, so that is what you're talking about. So whenever you have your screen themselves, it's going to be the setup. Whenever I move it, it moves the entire PNG. So this is something that's a PNG just for my setup stream. Okay, everything that's not moving right now is not part of this. Okay, so that's basically your PNG that you would put as your source. And then as you layer, you just layer kind of on top of it. Your scenes are videos. Okay, well then instead of doing a PNG, you would do a media source. So I have it here where it's the image. So I have an image, and you would do instead a media source. Okay, so if your scenes are videos, then or it could be, if it's it may also be a browser source. It depends. Whatever you got them as, they should have a like whatever source that you need to use for them. My expectation is that they would either be a media source or they would be a browser source. Then I have my goals, which are right here. And these are just my follower goals. You can choose whichever goals you like, but this comes from Twitch itself. So Twitch, if you go to your goals, and this is something, I think it's available to everyone regardless of affiliate status. But for your goals, you basically go to browser source. Here, properties, I'll open this up. So this is what it looks like. And this is the URL for it, right? And then that's how it comes up on here. And I'm not going to show you all of those because some URLs should not be shared. I'm going to say that now. That one is just a goals, but I'm not going to share every single one because some things have like specific information about like the account that they're with, especially if they're not just through Twitch. If they're third party, do not share your URLs. I'm just saying that now. The goals one is pretty standard. It's the same for everybody, but change out their, your username. So I have that on top. On top of that, I have Geode Alert. And let me go ahead and do something real quick. So I'm going to go to my channel points, and I'm going to get my Geode Alert. I'll make my Geode say something. So it says Geode. And it says, all right. Okay, so I'm going to say
Hi
that.
everyone, Natty thinks you're cool.
So my Geode Alert is different than my other alerts. And the reason that is I'm actually going to turn this down just a bit. The reason that is that my Geode is actually a reactive kind of. It is a reactive that is based off of an OBS plugin. And it is technically a pngtuber. So the chat Geode is y'all's pngtuber, right? The way I make it talk, and I can go into more depth into this later, is there is a thing called image reaction. You have to just add it as into your OBS, but it is a plugin called image reaction. And then from here, you would add in both a static and a talking, or it could really be anything, but it's basically supposed to be a static and a talking PNG. So what do you want it to look like whenever it's not talking? And what do you want to look like whenever it's receiving speech, right? And so I have the darkened version, and then I have the lightened version. And so the alert pops up here, similar to my other alerts. If I were to put anything else in the chat, let me go ahead and put something else in here so y'all can see what that looks like. I will do, let me go ahead and just reading that. So that popped up here. So it pops up in the same location, but it's separate. And the reason is that I have to do, oh, thank you, Nox. Sorry, I was typing too fast, but you're right. You are cool. Thank you, Nox. So they appear in the same spot, but they are not the same alert. And the reason is that over here in this audio mixer that you see the desktop audio, and this is picking up the Spotify in the background. And then you have my mic, and then you have the regular sound alerts, and then you have the geode alert. And the only way that the OBS plugin specifically works is if you have a specific audio source for the alert that you're using. Now you can technically use other sources from other programs that split the audio before they add it to OBS. Picking at you. It's okay. You're good. I am less familiar with these because I like to choose the way that is easiest for me with what I have. And with what I have is I have OBS, right? So the way I did this is instead of trying to do virtual wiring and trying to use other programs to separate the audio before sending to OBS, what I did was I created a new alert that is only a alert for Chat Geode, right? And so because of that, if he was part of other alerts, then that means every single alert that went through, he would be talking, right? We can't have that. We need him to only say and only read what he's supposed to read. And so that's why we have a specific alert. And then later on, I can go through specific Twitch alerts. So we have Geode alert. Then we have GeoBuddy. GeoBuddy again is this reactive. Actually, let me not. That just has where it's located on my desktop, so it wouldn't really be helpful. But I can show you here. Then there's like this image reaction. So it is image reaction. It's an OBS plugin, and those would be like the two sources that you would use for it talking and it not talking, right? And then sound alerts are specifically like the actual sounds, like the one I put through. I'll put this one through. So
a few moments later.
So that's gonna go through there, and then I'll give myself a posture check. So I have all of my alerts, and that is one problem. If people do multiple alerts at once, then they'll all sort of pop in the same spot. But the alerts all are like in the same space, even though they're not all the same alert, if that makes sense. So I have them all populating here, but they actually come from 3 different sources. They come from Geode alert, regular alert, and sound alert. I survived somewhat. Oh, Miss Ayana. All right. So those are the sort of like what I have for setup, right? Now for streaming, it's a little bit different. For streaming, you have more. But again, you can grow this, or, you can add to it or take away whatever suits you, right? So this is a lot of information. Let me go ahead and get rid of this bot. All right, cool. Bot is banned. Indecent, formal, I try to sometimes read these things, like read their names. Indecent, formal, idiot. I have no idea. Okay, so for actually streaming, right? I have more, and the reason is that I just need more on screen. So I have GeoBuddy. He is in front of everybody, but if I wanted to make him behind people, all I have to do is reorder, and I put him behind. Super easy, right? So I have my goals up here. I have GeoBuddy. My Discord reactive. So if anybody were to pop into Discord with me, they would pop up here, and then this can be grown and expanded however I like. And we can also talk about Discord Reactive in a little bit if that's something y'all are interested in, because that is also technically a way to have a pngtuber, is to use your Discord Reactive. The 3 ways that I think are the easiest are either through the OBS plugin, through Discord Reactive, and you Miss Ayana, you want to pop in? I would have to add you. I I would have to add you to, I'd have to jump into the Discord, get in a voice channel, and then pull you into a voice channel. But if you want to pull into voice channel, your little character will pop up right here. Window capture. So this is what I use. Window capture is I have two different models. I have one that, you know, I can sway side to side. I can have some movement, but my arms are pretty static. They don't really move. So I have two different model software. One is VC Face and one is Electron. This window capture is whenever I decide to use Electron, because instead of being like, let's see which one, making sure I can, there we go. Click on this one. This one is this, which is, let me see. This one is a Spout 2 capture. So instead of using Spout 2, I would use a window capture. I believe you add reactive as a web source. Yes. So on the side, if you can see all of these like symbols, they all correlate to what they are. So whenever you see one that looks like the world, that means it is a browser source. So if you come in here, there you go, browser. But they have all these different sources. Most of the time for games, I do try to use game capture. But there are some games that aren't recognized as games with OBS. So if that's the case, and then you can use things like display capture. So I'm using display capture right now to capture my screen. I can move it back and forth, but it is also the screen that's just behind me. So I have display capture. Another one that you can do is also window capture, if you want to capture a specific window. And what if you're like, so one thing that I have done before is, what if I want to do window capture, but I only want to select a certain part of the window. I don't want to select everything. So I'm going to actually show you something real quick. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put window capture. Window capture 2 is fine. And I'm going to select a window to capture. I'm going to choose this. Okay. So that's fine. It's going to look kind of crazy for a second. Okay. But at least it's up. Maybe, where is this? Okay. Oh, it's just way up here. It's way up here. Here it is. It's way up here. Okay. Okay. Pardon me for a moment, but it's going to look a little wild. I'm going to cover my face for a second. Okay. So one thing you can do is, what if you have an entire website basically that you need to share, but some of the information on the website is honestly something that should not be streamed, right? I mean, we all have Google accounts. We all have things that we might use, but we don't want our information out there. Something you can do that'll make your life easier is, you can go, after you just put your window capture, you can go to, sorry, not properties. Where is it at? Transform, I think. Where is it? One second. Is it filters? Okay, cool. Sorry. It is filters. Okay. So let me go back here, because I don't use this very often and I forget what happens when I do. But anyway, so you go to your window and you select filters and you add this plus right here and you say crop or pad, and you do that. And then it takes your thing and you can choose. Let's say I only want, the name shown. So I'm going to put maybe 20 here. I'll get the top and the bottom the same. And I'm going to do 1,000 too much. So maybe 200. There we go. 200. And then close. And then now it crops it to only what I want to show. So this is really important whenever you're like, I have things where I sometimes spin a wheel. That's honestly what I use it most for, is I will spin a wheel and I will only have it cropped to where the wheel is at. I will leave out all ads and all sort of bullshit that's on the page beyond it. And then if I happen to be using Chrome, it also makes sure to not show my profile picture on Chrome, which isn't really anything. But I mean, I guess if somebody was really, really trying to do something, they could try to try to reverse Google image search that or something. Like, I don't know. But it's just a way to show only what you want to show. Whether it's you're trying to keep ads away, or you're trying to just, make it look a little bit cleaner, whatever you're trying to do. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to remove this because I do not need this. Remove. Yes. Okay. And so that's gone. So I have the game capture. I have the display capture is what I'm currently using now. My main overlay is this box that's around it. And if you can actually see, it is not a PNG. Mine is a media source. and you can tell it's a media source because it is actually a very slow moving video. If you watch the ribbon of purple that kind of goes around my screen, you can watch it kind of shine, and as the shine moves, that is actually a very like just a subtle little video of this shining around the border of my stream screen. So this is actually a video and not a PNG. And it only lasts about 10 seconds, but you can actually see it play right here. And so there you go. So now for audio. So we went through the sources and the different things I have on my sources. The other things are relatively the same. Chat is a browser source. You can get that from Twitch. Alerts, you can get that from Twitch. Sound alerts, I got that through the Grims. How's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. Sound alerts I got from basically I set up a sound like a bot that puts sound alerts in my channel. This is how my sound alerts come through. My geode alert, my model is through VC Face, so that's my Spout 2 capture. My Discord reactive would be where the people that are in voice chat with me are populated. My geode buddy, and then my goals. So it both seems like a lot and not. And the reason is I actually once had more sources, but OBS can only take a certain amount of sources before it starts like really crashing. And the reason is that each source, whether you have it like whether you see it or not, let me do like this one, whether you see it or not, you know, there's the main overlay back in and out. Alerts have to be a web source. Yes. Alerts are a web source because it is something that it is basically when an alert is sent, it sends like a little ping, you know, to whoever you're using as your alert, whether it's sound alerts or whether, you know, whatever, or through a Twitch specifically, and it processes it then and sends it to your stream. So because of that, it's a web source. It's not a static like PNG. It's not like it's not normally a game. You might find some things that might, you know, try to do something a little different, a little weird with how they set theirs up, but it is like always a web source. All the alerts I have are web sources. And I'm not sure of how somebody would do it without that, because you need it to be reactive in that moment, which means it can't really, I mean, I guess you could run a program possibly, but then you would have to have like a local program to do that. So yeah, so a lot of web sources here. So this is so I normally don't have display capture on here, but I have my game capture, my main overlay, chat. Some people don't have chat on their stream. The main reason I have chat is because I upload my VODs, and I want people that watch my VODs to be able to see the conversations I'm having with chat without it only hearing one side. That's the main benefit of having your chat on screen, because whenever you're streaming, people can easily see your chat on the side of their screen, or if they're mobile, to like right underneath your video, right? So chat does not necessarily help whenever I'm streaming. How do you do transparent chat? Are you asking like how there's like nothing behind it, and that's how it normally is. Think I could probably, 1 second. I'm going to have to move this away. You're going to have to see a blank screen for a second. I need to make sure that my, properties, yeah, I cannot share that. Let me see if there's a thing, but I think, okay. So in the custom section here. So if you go to OBS and you have your chat put in, okay, I'm going to move this back over here. Just the words, no border or anything. This is in custom for me. And I can go ahead and put this in, I can send it to you as well. But basically the body has no background color. The margins at 0 pixels, and then any overflow is hidden. So that is in the custom. So those are probably the settings that make it to where it is invisible background. And then that is in the custom section within the properties of my chat box. So I right click on chat. I brought up the properties. Underneath the information about the chat was the properties section. And then that was in my properties. And that is likely what gives me the no background. But it's probably I probably chose a style that just didn't have a background to it, and then that was probably just attached to the style. I don't remember setting it up specifically to have no background, although that is probably what, whatever style I ended up choosing. But that is, if you put that in your custom, you should get no background color. So try that and let me know if that works for you. We're going to need to do a voice VC call. So here, let me see if I can just browser. Let me just see if I can create new. Okay, cool. It actually for custom CSS, it's right here. So it just automatically, there we go, cancel. Okay, let me delete that. Oh no, not rename, remove. Okay, let me just, yes, remove browser. Okay, cool. But you can, I think, let me think. It's been just a second. I'm gonna have to move my thing again. Let me go to properties one more time for chat and see if it's something I do directly from. It should tell me in the URL if I take it directly from Twitch or if I take it from a third party that I decided to send my chat to. It is Streamlabs. Okay. So if I use Streamlabs for my chat box, and that shows you how long it's been since I have actually like set up chat. So I use Streamlabs for my chat box, which is basically I have the URL from Twitch and I send it to Streamlabs, and then I take a URL from Streamlabs and I add that to my OBS. And then I was able to choose whichever sort of settings I wanted in Streamlabs, and they did that automatically. Like I did that all on the Streamlabs part. And there are a few things that I use. So Streamlabs and Nightbot are the two main ones that I use. Nox, well, we can go over that too. So it's okay. We've got time. I've literally set aside 3 hours to stream and talk to y'all about this. And we can just, as questions come up, I'm fine with sort of working through where I'm at, but then we can get on to that part next. So we will definitely talk about setting up a pngtuber, and because I know that a lot of people are interested in the pngtuber aspect. And then we can also talk about different things like the chat box and setting up Streamlabs. I'm just here. Oh, Ms. Ayana, I'm glad you're here though. It's always fun hanging out with you. So one thing that I ran into is that OBS only allows, I'm trying to use you as a cheat sheet and I'm failing. Oh, Nox, it's okay. It takes a lot. This is stuff, remember, this is stuff I have added on to for 6 months, right? Or about 6 months. I started off with, I had my setup, my streaming, my water break, and my SHID. I had 4 scenes. I didn't have an interview station. I didn't have an in card. And whenever I set up, I didn't even have my main overlay. Everything was full screen. Yeah, who knows? You might try to start streaming in the future. And honestly, it is one thing that I've kind of like, people talk about this before becoming a streamer, but you don't realize how true it is until afterwards, is that you need to be part like diplomat, right? Or part like somebody that can talk to pretty much anybody. Oh yeah, send me a screenshot. Sure. So you need to be somebody that can talk to people. You can be somebody that can be like in some way entertaining, whether one way or another. Some people are entertaining through yelling. I can't do it. I get scared from yelling. Please don't yell at me. But then you also need to be like a video editor, and you also need to know how to market yourself, and you also need to know how to basically run a small business that is not really a business, because most streamers don't make money off of Twitch or money off of streaming, right? So it is like you have to be a little bit of everything in order to get it down. But the good news is that I can help you at least dumb it down just a little bit. All right, and I will pick up my Discord on my phone and wait for that screenshot from you, Nox. Oh, there we go. Cool. All right, so I'll have that up. There we go. Okay, let me look at your image. Okay, so, well, maybe if I turn it sideways, do I have it on? Sorry, I'm on my phone right now. Maybe it just does it automatically. Come on. Come on. Nope. I have to actually tell it to turn it sideways. Okay, or not. It's being silly. I'll have to save it, and then I'll have to open up the image that I saved so I can zoom in. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. All right. So, of this, oh man, where'd it go? Files. Sorry. I literally had it open and then I accidentally clicked out of it because I got a Discord notification and it was on accident. I wasn't like, oh man, you know, ADHD Nat clicks out of her screen to get a Discord notification. No, it just literally popped up while I was clicking my thing and now I'm just like, oh shit, where'd it go? No, go away. Sorry. Okay, not y'all. Y'all are amazing. Don't go away. Please don't. It's right in front of me and I still can't see it, which is not great for where the heck? It must be in here. There it is. Oh my god, I found it. Holy shit, that was too hard. Okay. So let me see what you got. Okay, so okay, you got your scenes, your starting screen. You'll be right back in your okay. So you added your PNG as its own scene. I would not recommend that. Your PNG for your pngtuber needs to be within a scene as a source. So you kind of see how you have your scene as PNG with your source as a pngtuber. If you click on, let's just no, it's okay, Nux. You're doing good. You're good. What I would do is I would just rename the scene. Don't change anything quite yet, right? Just double click on PNG scenes and then just name it gaming. Okay. So you have a gaming scene with the source pngtuber in it. And what I would say for that is the next thing that you should do is you should just try to do game capture. Okay? So game capture will allow you to capture a specific window in whatever window game that you are playing. So I can actually bring up a game and give this as an example. And technically, this is all you need as a gaming scene to start streaming. In fact, you only need to show your game. You technically don't need the pngtuber even on top of it, but you have a pngtuber and that is helpful. So go ahead, rename that PNG scene to gaming or to something that would remind you that that is the one you use when you are live and streaming. Okay, and I'm going to show you an example. Let me go ahead and I'm going to actually move my person over to the side so y'all will see that for a second. I'm going to zoom across. I'm going to pull up a game so I can show you what I mean. Because I actually have to start a game in order to show you what it looks like, right? So let me go ahead and pull up. What is a game? I have to make sure that it's actually a game that that this works for. Because like I said, sometimes Twitch does not like it whenever you play other games. Or well, like some games. Okay, so just for example, I'll pull up Dark Tide. It's a little bit beefy of a game to start as an example, but I want to show you. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and play. Okay. And you're gonna just see it start up behind me, and that's fine. And that is because I already have, when I go to streaming full screen, I already have my game capture set up. Okay. I'm going to do filters, capture specific window. I'm going to change this from Call of Duty. I'm going to go down to Dark Tide. And then I'll just give it a second. And then you'll see it populate behind me. So that's all that is, right? So, and I'll even put this over here now. And I'm going to put my game capture over my display capture. So again, the reordering of them makes one populate over another. Okay. So if I wanted to only show my display, I can show my display. If I wanted to show my game, I can show my game. But if you have on your thing, here, let me show you what this would look like. I'm going to take off my goals for a second, take off GeoBuddy for a second, and Discord Reactive. Going to keep on my VC face and just pretend that my VC face is the same thing as your PNG, okay? I'm going to take off my alerts. So there's all that. I'm going to take off chat. I'm going to take off my main overlay. And I'm going to take off display capture. I'm going to zoom that across so that you can see. This is generally what that stream would look like if you had just your game capture and just your PNG. So that is typically all you would kind of need to start. Now, Darktide itself, so you can see how I have it boxed where I changed what size it was. The reason I did that is because whenever I turn back on my my main overlay, there it is, it fits inside the box and you don't get like edges cut off, okay? So let me zoom over since y'all can't see that. So actually, let me just take off studio mode for a second. So there, main overlay on and off, and then that's why it is windowed, okay? So if you only have your PNG character and you wanted to play a game, then this technically that's all you need, okay? And if you can see to the side, my audio mixer now only has two things: my desktop audio and my mic. So the desktop audio will pick up everything that's from my desktop, and my mic will pick up what's from my mic as the two audio sources. And then as I add back in things, Discord reactive, keep window capture off, geode alert, then they pop back in here, sound alerts, and then there's my sound alerts, my other alerts, my chat, my main overlay. And so now it's back to how I had it. And then I'll go ahead and see, and there's display capture. I'll go ahead and put it back in studio mode. So now you can kind of see both sides. You can see both my what I would be like streaming, and then also what I would have ready. And I can actually zoom back and forth between this and then zoom back. So there, all you would technically need. Oh man, this is making me want to play Darktide. I've got to close it. I've got to close it. All you would technically need is a so you're streaming or you're gaming, whatever you want to call that scene, and then as your sources, just your just your model, or in this case your pngtuber, and then just the game. Everything else can be added as you feel more comfortable, as you decide to expand, as you decide to do new things or try new things. I do not necessarily recommend, even though people want to look polished and perfect. Oh, hi, IDK. I hope you're having a good one. Even though you may want to look polished and everything perfect, I did not start off my streams with overlays. Actually, here, that's something I can do. I can do some things. One second. I'm gonna have to move this again. I'm gonna have to here. I'll put on interview so y'all can still see me, but display capture. Oh, perfect. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna turn that off here. And then let me do this. Perfect. Okay. And then let me go back to one of my really early videos for just a second. Okay. Your channel videos. And so y'all can kind of see what it looked like when I started out versus how it is now. And it is perfectly fine. It is perfectly fine for you to figure out what works for you and then go that. Oh, here, okay. Here we go. Let's play this one. I'm not going to, okay, cool, dismiss. Okay, let me go ahead and display capture and then zoom over. Okay. There we go. Okay, so y'all should all see this. So this is my setting up screen. It's always been this, by the way. And I still have it now, even though it looks a little bit different. Like now I cut this out basically. So I still have my original text that oh, well, y'all can't see what I'm looking at. Here we go. Sorry. So, I have my original like text, from my original thing. Let me do this. Dang, how am I going to do this? Cause it basically, oh, I know. Okay. So maybe I can go to interview and then maybe I can do, display capture on here and then put it as my other display real quick. Okay, 1 second. We can do this. We can figure this out. Display capture 2, set to other monitor. Okay. Okay. We're here. We're here. Zoom. Okay. Sorry. Oh my god, this looks so funky. Okay, so it's kind of backwards than what it looked like before, but that's because I'm over here and now I'm over here. Okay, cool. So, for example, sorry if that gives anybody whiplash. This okay, yeah, okay, cool. This right here is what my original starting screen looked like. I didn't have, let me see. I think I saw in there a white flash, but maybe not. Oh, there we go. There we go. There's my I have to poop screen. It's been there since my very first stream, guys. But my gameplay.
Oh, that's so weird.
Look how tiny I am. I'm so small. I'm so tiny. I'm such a tiny person.
Yeah, I was trying to get it.
But anyway, yeah, that's here. Let me make it bigger for y'all. But yeah, this is what my original streams look like.
Rude.
Honestly, it's kind of cute. It's really cute.
Oh my god.
Nah, what happened?
I thought I killed everyone. I turned around and I had 5 missiles heading right to my face.
Sorry. I still find myself hilarious, Chibi Nat, but it's actually, so she's the same model as me, but this was before Twitch said that they may have been like trying to decide on whether or not to to take to like have stuff against VTubers that look too much like children. And I always wanted my character to look like me, but I was always concerned about adding boobs because I'm like, yeah, sure, it will look more like me, but I don't want to like people to think that I'm a VTuber that is like I'm not trying to diss other VTubers. Everybody has their own style and what they like, right? If you're a VTuber and you want to show a lot of booba, more power to you, okay? But as somebody that gets way too much attention in the real world, it's not something that I wanted to carry on into VTubing, right? I was very conscious about how I portrayed myself and to make sure that I was doing it in a way that was both authentic, but also not something that I felt would put me in any way in an unsafe place, especially as I was first starting out and becoming comfortable. So, this is like, I put myself a tiny baby in the corner. I don't even know. Let me play this some more. I don't know. Well, I don't even know if I had a chat appear on my screen.
She's full up.
Let me see. I'm trying to look through. I can see some stuff pop up, but I don't. I think that's all. I don't know how many people even saw this. No views. Not a single person has seen this video. This is one of my very early ones. And I don't even know if I had chat on screen. Anyway. I digress. Okay. I'm gonna stop looking at myself, I guess. Streaming, Zoom, and then there we go. Okay. Oh, hi, Finish. How's it going? Anyway, so my big advice is things will refine as you go, right? Things will get better. Things will get easier, okay? It's not everything all at once. It is just getting started and getting comfortable. That is the only thing you need to worry about. It's going to take some time. With me, it's a little different because I cannot shut up even if I wanted to, right? I have heard other people say that they have a really hard time gaming and talking at the same time. And I have the opposite problem where I have a really hard time being quiet unless I'm very tired. Some people are like, man, if I'm too concentrated, I will stop talking. And I'm like, if I'm too tired, I might stop talking. But that's pretty much it. Concentration doesn't really seem to have a play in it. Anyway, so that's how I started. And I am 6 months in. I'm almost at 300 followers, which is amazing, right? I've added more things because I really care about the work that I do. And I want to make sure that y'all are enjoying this experience as much as I am. I am so thankful for everybody here, like enormously thankful. And I think that it shows in the amount of work that I put in. But all of that said, like, you can grow and do things as you need to, and as you have the mental capacity, and as you have that like space to learn and grow. You don't have to do everything all at once. And I would even suggest that you don't do everything all at once. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to make mistakes. Every streamer in the world has made mistakes. You know what I forget to do almost every single stream? I almost forget to name my stream almost every single stream, because every time you start streaming, you need to set a new name for it. And I'm like, it knows that I'm playing this game. Why can't it just save a name to this game? Like, hey, Natty's playing Darktide. Hey, Natty's playing Helldivers, and just have that as the title, right? But no, they want you to come up with a title for every single stream. I get it. It does help depending on like what you want to look at, right? So yeah, just start with where you're comfortable and then incorporate more things as you have time. Okay? Biggest thing I can say is like to go easy on yourself. It's a lot. It's so much all at once. I almost like, there were definitely times whenever I'm like, this is way too much, right? And having to sort of like step back and make, okay, what do I want to do? And what are the steps to get there? And really breaking it down to even the smallest steps. Like even just like a small step of changing a background. I want to change a background. Okay. What does that require? That requires I have a PNG to change it to. Okay. What does that PNG need to exist? And it literally make it the smallest steps so that I can get a single thing accomplished, so I can put that back into the stream. So I just want the bare minimum for now, but I don't know how things work and integrate with each other. That's fair. So again, I would say your pngtuber and game capture is what you're going to be mostly using. It will be actually, you might not be using game capture, because game capture is what I use because I'm playing the game on my PC. You are sending information about what you're gaming via capture card to your PC. So you will likely have a not game capture. You'll probably have a window capture or an application capture to do, but basically it's the same. So, and so like I said, this one's display capture that shows my screen behind me. So I'm showing the screen. This might be what yours looks like. It might be closer to that thing. It probably will not say game. It will probably be a screen that you're actually capturing. So it's going to be different for people that are gaming on console and sending the data via capture card versus people that are gaming PC like I am and then just can use game capture. A couple words of advice. If you start to get more than 10 or so sources, your OBS, depending on how beefy your computer is and what else you're asking it to do, may not like it. So it is important to try to think about what you need specifically for each source that you're using and for each scene that you're using, and using those bare minimums, and then build off of that or take things away and be able to take things away. I will tell you, I'll go over here to setup. This was the background. This used to be a text box, the setting up screen. Then I had a picture of my model, and then I had other pictures up, and then I had chat geode. But then, if you think about it, that's a PNG source for the background, a PNG source for my model, a PNG source for this, a text source for this, and a PNG reactive for chat geode. Just in this, I would have had, just for the background, something around 5 sources, right? So what I did is I literally opened a Google, I want to call it Google, it's basically their version of PowerPoint. Oh, hey, Kai, how's it going? Welcome in. Basically their version of PowerPoint. And it's this Google Slides. That's what it is, Google Slides. I added all the information that I wanted. I knew how I wanted it to layer. It's going. I'm late as usual. Oh, no worries. And feel free to ask some questions if you have any questions specifically, because probably, I don't know, in the next 20 maybe or so minutes, we'll probably move on from OBS. So feel free to ask any OBS questions while we're here, and we'll make sure to go over them before we move on to another thing. So I had so many sources, and again, the more sources that you have, the more likely it is that your OBS is not going to be happy with you. So again, I literally put them all into a Google slide. I have so many I can't type them all. Yeah. Yeah, it can be quite a bit. I put what I knew I didn't want to move into a Google slide. I put it all there. I layered it how I wanted it to layer. And then I exported that slide as a PNG and then set the single PNG as the source as a picture for setup. So that way I don't have all these things layered on top of each other. Do I need to move these during the stream? No. If the answer is no, if that's a good question to ask yourself. Do I need to move these things during the stream? If the answer is no, then you can probably get away with having one source for all of them by making them a combined PNG via PowerPoint or Google Slides or any sort of art application. I can even do it in Clip Studio Art if I wanted to by importing PNGs and then exporting the whole thing as a singular combined PNG. The same thing for my end card. All of these are amazing, right? Amazing fan arts that I've received. But in order to have them all displayed, I had to put them all into the Google slide and then export the Google slide as a single PNG. So this is all one single PNG and they're not separated. And if you think about it, if I decided to do each one as its individual source so I could move them around during stream, there'd be one for the text up here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There would be 9 different sources for one background. So there are ways to minimize the amount of sources that you have without necessarily without really making it a worse experience for the people that are watching. One thing that I might do, and that I've been thinking about doing, is that on screens like my setup. So my Geode Reactive has basically, the 2 modes, the on and off. I have thought about basically putting him again in a PNG, putting one with him him lighting up as a PNG, and then instead of having the setup background where it's this whole background, it would actually be under GeodeBuddy, and so he would be connected to all of this. And then but because the only thing changes is that he goes from light to dark, it would only look like he was still changing again, to even get rid of another source. But the thing is, again, the thing is should be my catchphrase. The thing is that each of these sources, if they exist somewhere else in some capacity, it doesn't necessarily make like you can have so many sources in a scene, but OBS doesn't like the whole number of sources. Okay, this is going to be a little bit confusing. I'm trying to explain it as best I can. But as you run a stream, OBS does not stop trying to contact the sources that you have put in there, whether you turn them whether you turn them on and off, or whether you're even on that page. So let's say I turn this off. OBS is still keeping tabs on where Water Break as a PNG is at on my computer, and is keeping it ready so that whenever I turn it on, it's instantaneous and there is no loading. Okay? The same is true if I'm not even on that scene. So even though I'm on this scene and it is reading these sources, it is also keeping, even if I have this off and on another thing, it is also keeping it kind of active in the background, is I guess a good way to describe it. So you don't necessarily need to look at, although it is important to not have too many sources in one scene, you need to think about all your sources combined, because it's the amount of sources that OBS, whether it is active or not, is trying to keep tabs on, basically running them in the background so that whenever you go to that source and turn that source on or off, it is automatically available to you. It is really good for having, again, instantaneous control, right? No buffering, no waiting, no nothing, right? But what it does is the more sources you have, you can make your OBS think too hard and make it crash. And we can't be doing that to OBS, right? Poor head pats for OBS. You can't be doing that to poor OBS, right? So you need to make sure that if you are having issues with OBS, the number one thing, yes, more sources equals less CPU. Basically, you want to make sure your OBS runs pretty smoothly. And in order to do that, especially while playing some of the games that we play, some of the higher speed games that require more computer resources, you have to be conscious about how much you're asking your OBS to do. Okay? So cool. So I think we went over scenes. We went over sources. I'm going to go over audio real quick. because audio is actually very important, believe it or not. I have now a fancy mic to where I can do my mic levels outside of OBS, but I still like to change it up in here whenever I have the time. One thing that other people have that I do not have is some people separate their Discord audio from other desktop audio so that they can change the levels of the people in Discord without changing the levels of the other. I just realized my music stopped. Without changing the levels of other things in their stream. So like if people were talking in Discord, and if I only wanted to turn down people in Discord, I could do so here instead of like through Windows audio mixer, right? I do not have them separated, and at this point, I could not have them separated, not in OBS. Because one thing to know about an OBS, and something that I found out about a month or two ago, is that the max amount of audio sources you can have in OBS is 4. I have one for my desktop audio and for my mic, which are the bare minimum required, right? I have my sound alerts, which again, I've showed that earlier. Anytime you send a sound alert, it comes through here. This is the reason why you are able to hear the sound alert, okay? Well, we are both able to. If this didn't happen, I might only hear it and you might not. And then also, Geode alert. So this is what makes Geode speak. And it has to be separate or else Geode would voice react to every single alert. So it has to be separated, okay? I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, let me advanced audio properties, I think is what it is. Okay, here it goes. So, main overlay, this is how I found out, is my main overlay. Remember how I said it's technically a video? Even though it has no sound attached, I kept on getting like times whenever it wouldn't let me, like my alerts wouldn't play. I had no idea why. I'm like, why aren't my alerts playing? They were fine. All I did was I added in the main overlay. That's all I did was add in the main overlay. I had to take out the main overlay, add everything back in, and then add the main overlay in afterwards. Because even though it has no audio attached to it, it was actually taking up an audio source because it's technically a video. Just its audio is nothing, but it's technically a video. So that is how I figured that out. One reason why right now I do not have the Geode Fund alerts on is because if I turn on Geode Fund alerts, guess what? That's a completely different alert source. That is from, I believe, Streamlabs, right? And that means that I would have to get rid of something else. And do I get rid of regular sound alerts? Do I get rid of Geode Alert? What do I do? Now I could, and I have thought about this, I could make it to where whenever you donate to the Geode Community Fund, that Chat Geode, it goes through the Geode Alert and Chat Geode basically lights up. I do not know if I can add in more than one audio source to the same reactive. So we will see if that's even a possibility, and I will try to play around with it as much as I can so that we can still have alerts for Chat Geode. And hi Nuggy, welcome in. So also while we're here, you'll notice that both Geode Alert is set to monitor and output, and Sound Alert is set to monitor and output. My desktop audio is monitor off, and then over here my mic and aux is monitor off. This is so I don't hear myself. I like through my headphones. And this is so that I don't hear double because I don't need to hear it from my computer twice, right? Geode Alert and Sound Alert are things that populate in stream that come from my browser source that is not like open on my computer at that time, right? It sends data away from my computer and then sends it to my stream. If I did not have monitor and output on both my Geode Alert and my Sound Alerts, I would not hear the alerts. So that is also important. If you're having a hard time hearing alerts, if you go to Advanced Audio Properties in OBS, then you will need to make sure that monitor and output is on for both the Geode Alert and for the Sound Alert or whatever alerts that you have, okay? Audio has been the trickiest. I agree. It is finicky. I have thought about going and looking at other programs that allow for more audio sources and to literally redo everything with more audio sources so I can have all the alerts that I want. But to be determined, TBD. That one's going to take some time because that would literally be me starting from scratch with another program. And even though I know a lot more now, and most 99% of things work. One thing doesn't work, and that is I have one sound alert that I would like to portray that I'm not able to. So that's kind of rough. So yeah. Okay. Another thing is you need to make sure that you're not accidentally peaking your mic while you're speaking. Even if you have your own mic controls, this is how you look at it. So typically I have myself in this yellow range. I can make it go louder, but I don't want to because then you're losing audio quality and you're also peaking your mic. So I try to keep my levels within this kind of like at the end of green and then towards the yellow. That ensures that I am louder than the things that are behind me. Here, let me actually turn this up. Even the loudest it goes is still only here. And that's on purpose. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. And that's on purpose, basically, so I can have stuff going on in the background, but it will never be louder than my own voice. So I have mine set around here, and then everything in desktop, which includes people in Discord, is set around here. I had a harder time trying to figure out how to capture audio from my PS5. Okay, so what you'll have to look into how your audio is sent along with the video that you're sending it with onto your monitor. Because if you're using the capture card, then basically what you're doing is you will need to make sure that whenever you do like that the capture that you're also capturing the audio for the device that is on there, for the device that you're basically capturing from. The first thing I would do for troubleshooting is first making sure that you can hear the sound from the source that you're taking the video from. If you're not hearing the audio from that source, then what might happen is you are only sending video and not audio. It could be a problem with the cable. It could be a couple different problems, but you need to also make sure, of course, that the audio goes with that video onto the source that you're capturing from. And then when you're capturing that, you'll need to make sure that man, I know less about how this works, but I'm assuming it's going to be similar to. Oh, sorry. I got distracted by the song. It sounded like static for a second. You have to enable HDCP in the PS5 menu. There you go. So that's specifically for PS5. For people that are on Xbox or something else, it is probably a something you just have to turn on and make sure that that your actual console is sending the audio as well. HDCP. I wonder what that stands for. Sorry, I'm gonna look that up. HDCP PlayStation meaning. All right, so high bandwidth digital content protection. The purpose of HDCP is to protect digital copyrighted content as it travels from a device to your TV, usually through an HDMI, DVI, or DisplayPort connection. Okay, so that's cool. So it just basically helps prevent piracy and unauthorized distribution of copyrighted content. But it can sometimes interfere with the ability to use capture devices like Elgato capture cards to record gameplay or streaming content. It says disabling HDCP on PlayStation. Some users may choose to disable this on their PlayStation to use capture devices or resolve compatibility issues. However, disabling HDCP can also prevent access to certain streaming services or games that require HDCP for proper display. And then there's a setting, if you go on a PS5 to navigate to settings, system, HDMI, and then enable HDCP to toggle it on or off. So if you, again, that's settings, HDMI, enable HDCP, and that should allow you to toggle it on and off. And so you should try that to see if that resolves your sound issues, and to see if that's something that was impacting your stream before that you maybe didn't realize it was impacting your stream before. But that came from Google. from me looking up on Google. Because again, whenever you have everything on one device, it makes it a lot easier. But that doesn't mean that every PC gamer or streamer streams from one device. Stoven32, my mod, he has both a gaming and a streaming computer, and so he has to use similar things like a console player would to capture his gameplay and stream it. And he has tried explaining it to me, and you can literally see me whenever he tries to explain it, exactly like oh wait, that's not the animated one. Where'd the animated one go? It's not moving. Where's the oh, there it is. There, the NAT loading. There, the NAT loading screen populates whenever he tries to talk about it. Yeah, pretty much. It is. So having two PCs is possibly a way to go for people that are PC users and that want to beef up their stream and want to have more like stuff going on at once. Or you could upgrade the PC that you have. Like there's a lot of different things that you could do if you're a PC player, and then also for consoles, you will actually have an easier time streaming whenever you get the streaming up. And the reason is because your computer or your what you're streaming from is not using computer resources to both play the game and stream the game. It is only using resources to stream the game. Playing the game is coming from your console. Just like people with two PC setups, playing the game comes from one PC, and then the other computer is used to stream PC. So you're basically splitting up the two heaviest like computer resource goblins into two different sections to making sure that your streaming computer never runs out of resources. If you're like me and you stream on one PC, you'll need to make sure that what you have is good enough to stream with what you have, and then you'll also need to look into things like everything from frame rate and making sure like your quality settings, making sure that everything is optimized as possible in order to both stream and game at the same time, because it is very resource intensive. Having a 3D model is also resource intensive, and so there are a couple other things that you can do besides having a 3D model. pngtubers are very popular for this reason because they are very low on the resource intensity list, right? Whenever I do this, I am doing body tracking, right? And especially with my other Vtuber model that allows me to move my arms, that's full body tracking. And I can stand up and I can walk around and, and I can appear like that on screen. But that's very resource intensive while I'm gaming. Now, while I'm doing something like this, where I'm literally only streaming what's going on behind me, it probably wouldn't be a big deal at all. But for other things, yeah, it can be a lot. So a lot of people use 2D VTubers using their phone as basically the capturing device, and then sending that to their computer and so it's like, instead of having my computer stream and game and also capture my I guess not necessarily my movements if I was a 2D VTuber. Well, maybe a little bit of movement. They do have some. It's not as like, this has specific like capture points. I can literally move everywhere that I want to, whereas with the 2D it would be limited to what you program it to do, what kind of movements you had the art for, right? Whereas this one is literally like I'm like silly putty kind of. I don't know, I can move in any direction that I want, except for in this case move my arms. But that is basically like for 2D VTubing, using your phone as your capture device, or like the way to see, your model, versus using your computer, is one less thing that's going to be resource intensive while you're streaming. So you can have your game running, your stream running, and your VTuber model running technically on 3 different devices if you wanted to, where you could have like a streaming computer, a gaming computer, and then have your phone capture your 2D VTuber if you wanted to. Or you can be like me, who has a singular device at the moment and does everything off of one. And yes, it is a lot. And yes, I have had to troubleshoot a lot of what that means for my GPU and what that means for my computer as a whole, how to make sure that my computer stays healthy, and what I need to do to upgrade it next. That's a lot. I know it's a lot, but that was first kind of like a general overview of my OBS setup, how they all like play into each other, like what I do, you know. Are there questions about OBS specifically? And if there are, I'm happy to answer them. If not, I'm also happy to take suggestions on what you want to talk about next. I can, again, want to answer questions about OBS before we move on, but if you have questions about alerts themselves, I can go ahead and pull up Twitch and bring it over here. If you want to talk about like really anything at all, bots, I don't use bots very often, but I'm happy to talk about those different commands. Do I have to integrate other programs into OBS to stream? So in order to stream, you need to, of course, hook your like Streamlabs. So you don't have to. You don't have to. You have to make sure that your Twitch and your OBS are connected, but you do not have to incorporate other programs to OBS in order to stream. I use Streamlabs, for example, for, like I said earlier, for my chat. I couldn't even remember what I used to set up my chat. It's Streamlabs. So Streamlabs, Twitch sends the chat data to my Streamlabs, and Streamlabs sends that chat data to a browser, and then that browser source is then on my sources. Let me go to, actually, there we go, and then chat right there. And then that sends it here, and then this is what's displayed. You do not have to have any other third party or bots technically to stream. They are to add other elements whenever you want to add them, but they are not necessary to stream. They're like, they're just the icing on the cake, right? The cake is still delicious. Streamlabs, Nightbot, there's Sari. SariBot is one I'm going to start looking into because I've heard that it is phenomenal with finding bots, that it has basically its own catalog of reported bots and are like pre-bans bots for you basically. So I'm going to be looking into SariBot because that sounds amazing. Set up alerts for new follow. Okay, cool. That's what we will do that for alerts. So let's go ahead and I'm going to switch things over a little bit and then we will talk about alerts. Okay. So one moment, I'm going to switch over to Shid. And we'll talk about alerts for a second. Oh, SariBot has been working great for me. I'd recommend it. Perfect. Good to hear. Because I've heard amazing things about it and that it's super, super intuitive, super easy to use, right? All right. And then this, to make sure. Okay. Creator dashboard. Okay. Okay, so you're gonna actually see all of my creator dashboard. I'm a pretty open person about like what my stream looks like and why it looks like it does. But this is literally behind the scenes, as much behind the scenes as you can get. This is my creator dashboard, and I don't know how often people share this. So, congratulations on seeing this. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to alerts. Okay. And so these are my alert box. I have my alert box 1, which is most of my alerts, and I have chat geode, which are my alerts. Once you set up these alert boxes, all you have to do is copy the browser source and put it into your OBS as a source. That's all you'll need to do in order to make sure that it ends up on your stream. But let's go ahead and edit these alerts. Okay, so you said that you wanted a follower alert, right? So you can go, you're here at alerts. There's actually, the first one on my list is new follower. I could go to other ones as well and click on anything else, but the first one on my list is follower. My general settings are here. Okay. Another program. No. This is all within Twitch. It is not another program to learn. It is another step, but it is not another program. Okay. It is all within Twitch. This is, if you go to Twitch and you go to your creator dashboard, which mine will look different because I am affiliate. So mine will look different than yours might look. Okay. But this is how it looks like for the affiliate dashboard. Okay. So there are certain things like monetization. I don't know what that looks like on people that aren't affiliate right now. Because I know that they are starting to integrate, things into before affiliate levels in order to let people monetize before they hit affiliate. But I'm not 100% sure, right? But this is, yes, these are alerts. And after I got my basic alerts down, I have still over time gone through and made them better. And I am going to make them better again. But this is something where some base alerts are nice and they're really good to have. But, yeah, open up your Twitch and go ahead and do this with me. Do this with me. Let's do this together. Let's go ahead and make your first alert together. Open up Twitch. Go to your creator dashboard. So if you click on this over here, it'll have it'll have basically an option for creator dashboard over here. You'll go to that and you'll go to alerts, and then we'll just do this together so that if you come into any questions, you can ask me while we're doing it, and do not worry about it. Okay? Sorry, I need to get more water in a second. I'm talking a lot. Who'd have thunk I need more water if I'm talking a lot? But while you're setting that up, oh, my throne isn't, okay, interesting. I did have a throne set up, but I guess I can also connect it so I get alerts for my throne. Interesting. I have not done that. I did not know I could do an alert for thrones, so that's really cool. So I'll go over. You have, of course, follower, subscriber, gifted subs. So there's like subscription for just the person is subscribing for themselves versus somebody is subscribing, like gifting a sub or gifting a community sub, right? Then you have something for your bits, which is again something that you might not have if you're not affiliate. You shouldn't be getting bits. What you want if you're rated, what you want for a charity donation, what you want for a hype train, and then channel points. I'll show you why this is crazy in a minute. But channel points is kind of crazy. Okay, so I know that one's overwhelming. That one took me an entire day to go through just for channel point redeem notifications. Yes, this is all one alert box. All one alert box, okay? This is the only reason I have this different. Okay, let me go back to alerts. Back to alerts home. So I have two alert boxes, okay? I have alert box 1 and I have chat geode. Chat geode has everything turned off except for one thing, and that's channel points, chat geode, so says geode. And what I did to make my chat geode speak, you got 90.5k, bro. Oh my god, that's crazy. Oh, that's so much. So this is how I made my chat geode speak, and only speak based off of an alert box, okay? I had to make a custom alert for only my chat geode, and I had to put that as a source. It was detected as an audio source in my OBS. And then from that, I used the actually move this back over real quick so y'all can see kind of what I'm talking about. And then from that, I used my geode alert, and my geode alert is an OBS plugin called image reaction. So you have to find this image reaction plugin and add it to OBS. It's not standard, but it is a plugin, okay? And then it was able to react basically to only the text and only the alerts sent through this specific thing. Okay? So I know that's a lot, but we can walk through it because this is honestly going to be the most complicated one that you could do. The most complicated. So chat geode, so says geode, okay? That's the name of it. Let's see, general settings, I say it's lasting 10 seconds, which is fine. Okay, so this is speech and text. And this is the message that it has is user just redeemed this thing, right? Visuals and sound, I chose my own GIF that I made. Look at that, it's so shiny, so pretty. I made that, woo! Basically, I had a lot of PNGs and I put them in a GIF maker and made a GIF and added a GIF. Okay, but then over here, celebration, close this on, or let me see. No, I don't want to delete variant. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Okay, so I have text to speech right here. It's under text and speech on on this. I have it as I don't have it say text alert, okay? Text alert is off because that's what makes it do like the sound in the back, all right? say redemption message. So this is the only thing that it's saying. And this is the voice that it's saying in. And I have it as Brian UK. But technically, Chat Geode could sound like any of these things.
Hi, my name is Ivy.
Hi, my name is Joanna.
Let me pause the music real quick so y'all can kind of hear this a little bit better. So I'm going to,
Hi, my name is Joanna.
if y'all can hear that, I'm going to.
Hi, my name is Joey.
So technically, any of these
Hi, my name is Justin.
could be Chat Geode's voice.
Hi, my name is Kendra.
Okay? Any of these.
Hi, my name is
If you
Kimberly.
want, I'll change it just to prove a point.
Hi, my name is Matthew.
Oh, let's change it to Matthew, okay? Okay, so I'm going to save changes, right? Okay, his voice is now Matthew. I'm going to go over to my channel points, and I'm going to do So Says Geode, because it's free for me to try things, right? Because I need to be able to test things.
Test, 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 Hinox, test, test.
There you go. So yeah, so you should have heard that. Yeah. So there you go. So that was just like something that you can do. Oh, birthday fortune. Oh crap. Okay, Kai, first happy birthday. Also, let me grab you a random birthday fortune. Do. This is something that I added because it was people were such a fan of it during the New Year's Eve stream that I wanted to find a way to incorporate it through my normal streams. And so I'm like, I'll let people do a birthday redeem. If it's your birthday month, tell me that's your birthday month and I will read you a fortune. Okay, random fortune. It says, you will soon meet a lifelong kindred spirit. Oh, congrats. Congrats on your lifelong kindred spirit that you will be meeting. Also on the back, a bonus, not all of them have things on the back. It says, the P.F. Chang's margarita only has 3 ingredients, tequila, organic agave nectar, and fresh lime juice. So there you go. Enjoy your P.F. Chang's margarita recipe along with your soon met kindred spirit. Anyway, love it. There you go. Well, happy birthday, Kai. Happy birthday. Oh my God. That's so funny. Okay, I have to move things around so I can clip. Oh, I don't got, no, okay. So I don't have that. Okay, that command is actually very difficult. You have to have so there are some places that allow you to basically input a code into a command bot to do it for you. I still need to look into the command itself, and I need to look into what bots do it and see if it's a bot that I already have or if it's a bot that I need to have. But the exclamation point clip sends basically a command, a very long stream of computer language, right, to your Twitch and gets it to clip the past 30 seconds of that moment, basically, is what it does. But it's a very specific stream of command text that needs to be written in computer language. And people do have that and have it accessible, but I haven't looked into it yet. And I don't know which bots use it and which do not. So I need to look into that first before I have the command version. Otherwise, it's clips the old-fashioned way. You got to click on it, and then I can edit it afterwards, or you can edit it. Either one is fine. But anyway, so this is Chat Geode. This is basically the alert that gives you Chat Geode.
Hi, my name is Sally.
But we have.
Hi there, my name is Nicole.
We could make our dude.
Hi there, my name is Russell.
But maybe, okay, I had it as Brian UK.
Hi, my name is Brian.
There we go. Okay, so save it back to Brian UK. Maybe I will change it. Maybe I'll make it a channel point redeem to change the voice of Chat Geode. So where, like, if you want to, you can just
Hi, I'm Geraint.
Geraint.
Hi, my name is Emma.
But anyway, so maybe if you wanted, I can add that as a feature or like as a channel point redeem, you know? Okay, so back to, sorry. Let's go back to Alert's home. we're going to discard changes, okay? We're going to go to alert box and we're going to edit alerts. I'm curious if we can somehow connect the TTS with voice mod somehow. Yes. So there are programs that do that. There are programs that allow you to do the text to speech and literally choose whatever voice you wanted, like Plankton, right? Or a different SpongeBob character, or a character, right? And basically read off text to speech in that voice. I would, for that, basically I would take off the alert for chat geode on my Twitch. I would set up an alert with that bot or program. I would allow them access to my to like my Twitch account and stuff so that they could give you the option of who to speak as. And I would then have an audio source, because again, I have 4 audio sources, which is the max I can have, but getting rid of the Geode alert box would open up a new or one of my audio sources. I would add that make sure that was there as an audio source, and then I would let y'all would be able to speak through Chat Geode pretty much with any voice, right? And I have thought about that as being on my list of things that I can do text to speech and allow my Chat Geode to do. I will tell you that setting up my Chat Geode with not knowing what I know now and doing it from scratch was so frustrating that I have not changed him since. And that is really the reason that I have not touched him, is because it took so much to get Chat Geode to work. And it took a lot of frustration and troubleshooting. And because I didn't know why it wasn't working, and like going back and forth, like especially not knowing what I do now about OBS only rely like having the 4 audio sources, it's really just once my frustration has finally subsided, I am happy to look back at Chat Geode. But right now, Chat Geode's pretty cool. It sounds like Brian from UK. So I eventually probably will, is the short of it. But as of now, Chat Geode, that's how I was able to do Chat Geode. Oh yes, so this VOD is saved, and it will be, as all my other VODs, it will be public on YouTube. I export all my VODs. Sometimes they're about a week after I stream, so they're about a week late. But if you ever want to watch anything, typically a week after the stream, they're on YouTube. At Twitch, a chicken nugget text to speech. Exactly. You could easily do that. Easy. Also, if your computer does not like you running Vtuber as a pngtuber software, or other pngtuber softwares, or other Vtuber softwares, and you want a way to stream with a character that doesn't really add anything to what you're already running, because you already have to run OBS, right? You can, instead of connecting the Chat Geode, right, to the alert, you can attach him to your own mic as the audio source and make him light up to how you speak, so that you are literally not running any other program besides OBS, and will minimize the resources that are needed from your computer in order to have a pngtuber, right? So that is one of the very easy ways, especially if you're not streaming with anybody else and you don't even need Discord Reactive. Discord Reactive is another one that is really great if you want to have your reactive up, right? But this is a way also you can do it through OBS. You can have in that reactive PNG. You can have it reacted to speech, because it doesn't react to the text. It reacts to the speech from the text. You can have it react to your mic as the audio source, and you can have it speak for you. And then there you go. You can literally have a pngtuber like that. A couple things to note: unlike Vtuber, which is the ones most people go to for PNG tubers, you won't be able to blink separately than you speak. So it is typically recommended that if you do something like this, that you have something on your character that would cover their eyes, like sunglasses or Stoven. He actually uses Vtuber, but I know that because I drew his character and he really wanted night vision goggles. which actually helped on my part. I didn't have to draw him blinking because he has night vision on. So you can literally have anything up. I just looked and I have some stuff already set up. I just need to copy browser source and put in OBS. Exactly. That's all you need. It comes with some things already set up with like some basic alerts. But yeah, if you copy your browser source and put in OBS, then it will populate on your stream. So let's just go. I'm going to walk through the new follower one as an example beyond like a simple example, not how complicated the chat geode was. So, let me get my music started again. Okay. I kind of have something in the background. Although I don't know, it's going to be very low for y'all, so y'all might not even hear it. So general settings, I have a variant name. My alert condition is any new follow to my channel. So any new follower. Okay. Pretty simple. My layout, I can choose how I want it to look like, but most of the things I have are like this. That's just my preference. This is just like if I wanted a bounding box behind it. I don't really want a bounding box behind it. So there we go. Text and speech, it just says blank just followed. I'm going to actually change it. So I'm going to say just became a geode. Or let me see. Welcome to the geode community. Community. There we go. I can spell. All right, save changes. So next time someone follows, it's going to say blank, welcome to the geode community as a follower. Isn't that cute? Adorable. So we're going to go ahead. So that's the speech. And then I have different things that I can do, but I typically just have it centered underneath my photo. For visuals and sound, I uploaded my own file. So all of the things that I have this is something like it. You can choose something from the image library. Oh, those are all my images. Let me go further. There we go. So you can choose things from their image library, or you can add your own images, and they can also be GIFs. They don't have to be static. So if I wanted to, I could also like add in one of the other GIFs that I've made. I need to pet the puppies versions, right? Since I drew all of my emotes and I own all the art that I've drawn, right? Then I just use my own emotes really as the art that I use also for my alerts. So that's pretty straightforward. So this is one of the first ones that I drew. I think maybe the first one that I drew. And so yeah, welcome to the geode community. A little chibi gnat welcoming you. You have alert sounds. And so I have these from the sound library, and you can choose, there's a couple different ones from the sound library, but it's not a very expansive list. Like you have 12 options, okay? There's not a lot. You have 12 options and you have a lot, and I mean a lot of alerts that can come through, okay? And so you cannot, like 12 options is you want your most common ones to be separate so you kind of know what's coming in. But you don't necessarily want to try to make all of them different because sometimes you'll have more than 12 alerts, right? Just a second, my dog. She's barking at the sky because it's thundering. She does not like the storm. It's okay, baby. It's just a thunder. The sky is not growling at you, baby. It's okay. Daijoubu. Baby, it's okay. Do you want to come up? You want to come up in Mama's lap? You want to come up in Mama's lap? Come on. Come on. Up. No? You just want to look at me? Okay, you can look at me. Oh, yeah, poor baby. She is not like oh man. She has really bad storm anxiety, and honestly, every weekend and this past week especially has been so hard for her. My poor baby. Anyway, I love pitties. Yeah, they are so sweet. I love them so much. And those are big old blackheads. Anyway, one of the things that I want to do is I have a lot of phrases that I say while I'm streaming, not purposefully, but the things that end up being somehow natty iconic, right? Things that I've either said and oops, I said that, or things that I said that are repeating phrases, right? So I sometimes when I'm out there playing Dark Tide, slashing dudes, before I kill them, I go, hey, how's it going? And then just kill them, right? You've probably heard, I'm not trying to like start a catchphrase or something. It's just what's something I say. It's like, hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going? So I have thoughts about going into like a stream that I've done and getting clips of just the audio and making that audio into my alert sound. So it's like, hey, how's it going? Like whenever this pops up and somebody joins. That is something I want to do. And it's probably honestly the next thing that I'll be doing because it's something that I am continually adding on. But hey, Luna, how's it going? It's something that I'm continually adding on. But yeah, so that's something that's possibly in the works, but it's probably gonna take some time. And then celebration, I can choose what I want it to look like. So right now I have it as on the video. I have it as fireworks and I have a light intensity. I'm going to, where is it? Preview alert. So this is what it would look like. Just got home and it's a bit drunk, so yay. Oh, nice, Luna. Congrats. Do we have that follower sound to my gaming scene as a news source? No. Your sound will be in your, so whenever you do that browser source for your alert box, you will add that browser source to your gaming scene, right? For the alert box. Once you do that, and once it's there, it should pop up as an audio source underneath your audio mixer as an alert. If you don't see it, I would recommend coming into here and sending a test alert. I'll go ahead and send, I don't think I changed anything, so send test alert, which will make it pop up on what your stream would be, right? And seeing if that works. Okay, so you can send your test alert and see if your audio source, if it's picking up your audio source or not. But if it's not, yes, in OBS, add the browser source for your alert box, and your alert box should include both the visual, like the visual and the audio for that alert. It should contain the information for both of those things. So whenever you add your OBS web browser, or whenever you add your alert box web browser source to OBS, it should have that data, both of those things in it. And then you can send a test alert to make sure that it's popping up. So what I would do is I would, open OBS, put in your source, send text alert, and see if that test alert pops up on your OBS, because you should be able to hear it and you should be able to see it pop up in front of you, which I do. Here, actually, let me, sorry. This is gonna look like a lot all at once, so apologies. Actually, I need to move that over and then move this here. Okay, so this is what it looks like for me whenever I send a test alert. Okay, so I'm going to send the test alert. And you see how it, well, this is how it pops up here, but this is how it pops up on my screen. Oh, I accidentally moved it. There we go. This is how it would pop up on my preview. Let me see. Oh, send test alert. Sorry. Oh, it pops up on both sides. Okay. Anyway. That's just, I just wanted to show you that I get those previews as well as y'all seeing it is kind of what I wanted to show. I don't know if that came through or not. Yay, there you go. It works. See, we can do this. So anytime you update your alerts, you will not have to update that browser source because it's dynamic, because it's a browser source and not a program that is static, right? It will automatically update. Hey, Dim, how's it going? So yeah, so you can add it again, have fun, figure out what celebration you want, fireworks, a flamethrower, preview alert. So that's what flamethrower would look like. And you can choose to be like on everywhere, preview alert, and then this would technically happen like across the entire screen. And then you can choose to be extreme. Like that's kind of wild. Um, but I don't want it to get in the way of people enjoying my stream, right? So I typically just do it on the video only and not across the entire screen. I normally do it light intensity. All right, so I'll just name my changes. I got a Dancing Skelly gift. Oh, there you go. So there you go, Dancing Skelly. So again, you can put anything that you want, and then you can literally, you know, it's very, the thing is there's almost so much that you can change. It's hard to decide what to prioritize on what you want to change and what you want to expand whenever you're getting your stream set up, right? So that is how to do the follower alert, and you basically do that for every single other alert that you have. And I'm going to explain something because this is kind of crazy. My channel points is also getting excited now. Oh, yay, see, we can do this. I told you we can figure this out. We're here to troubleshoot. We're here to help out, right? My channel points is going to look crazy. I'm going to open this up so y'all can see it. I have 12 custom channel point redemptions. And the reason I have 12 custom channel point redemptions is also because of Chat Geode. So you know how Chat Geode is a channel point redemption as well as bits. And I wanted to do it to where I don't want to put a paywall in front of something cool, right? Like, sure, you can support me, you can support the channel, and I appreciate, oh my God, like so much I appreciate it. But I do not want to put a paywall in front of something that I want to give to everybody. I don't want Chat Geode. It's not Bit Geode. He is not Pay For Me Geode. He's Chat Geode. He's y'all. Like this is our buddy. This is Geode, right? On the golden throne with the chat hat. Okay? For people that can afford and people that can't afford, right? He is for you specifically. In order to get the Chat Geode box to only get channel points, I had to go through, and every single channel point redemption that wasn't Chat Geode, I had to make a specific channel point redemption for. It couldn't be a new thing. It couldn't be like for all channel points, right? Because then if it was for all channel points, that would include the Chat Geode channel point redemption. I had to go through and basically take out every single other redemption that wasn't Chat Geode, so that if I go back to alerts home, I go to Chat Geode box. He has one for bits because you can basically talk to him through bits, and he has one for channel points because you can talk to him through channel points. And this is how I was able to make it free. This is if I really like, man, I really need another audio source. I need to get rid of an audio source. I really don't want to get rid of Chat Geode. I'm gonna have to figure things out. But basically, like, that's how I was able to do Chat Geode in a way that made him accessible for everyone on the stream and not just for bits. Is I had to go through and make every single one of my other channel points alerts its own individual thing. So, man, I'm gonna go all out with some funny redeem sounds. Get it. Nugget, I'm actually really happy you told me to hydrate. I do need to hydrate. I am thirsty. I've been talking so much, and I need to grab a water because I meant to grab one earlier and I didn't. So I'm going to take this moment to take a quick break. Remember, first thing as a streamer, beyond everything else, and first thing as a viewer, take care of yourself, because you cannot have the kind of reaction or you can't have the kind of the same authenticity in the same way that you show up to your streams if you don't take care of yourself. So I encourage you to take care of yourself, and thank you for letting me take care of me. And I will be right back with some water, and I will once I'm back with water, then I'll do everything else. If I wait too long, I will forget. So I will be back momentarily.
try to rectify all of my actions. Yeah, I know I'm just an asshole. You tried to play me, tried to hit me with the Rick roll, but then I came back, then I hit you with the swift flow. I'm fucked up and insecure, I wear a mask though. All that I wanted was a taste of all the better days, but now you got me smoking on this fucking lemon haze. Your lips are something that I'll never ever taste again. Got cheated on too many times, look at the damages. Fuck you and fuck all your friends. I don't like you, I don't want this shit. I said fuck you and fuck all your friends. Fuck you, yeah, fuck you. Fuck you and fuck all your friends.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. But thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. All right, let me go ahead and pet the puppies and then I will answer your questions. So come here, pet the puppies. Maya is in her safe place in the closet. She's scared of storms, so she's not coming out. But I will go ahead and scratch on Burdock. There we go. All right. Sorry, let me get through. I can't wait for you to see my new routines. Oh, I can't wait to see you there. Thank you, Neggy, for encouraging me to take care of myself. And also, everybody take care of you. Do I have to have Twitch and OBS open while I stream? OBS, yes. Twitch, no. OBS is basically let me think of how to put this. You do not stream from your computer, you stream from OBS. OBS is what sends the data for hey Avi, welcome in. OBS is what sends the data from your device to Twitch. Okay? So you do not have to have Twitch open, but it's helpful. And I'll say this for a couple things. You have the ability to first watch your own stream. It helps with quality control. It helps if you notice that your stream is lagging for whatever reason. That's helpful. But you can also, but it's not required. Another thing, another hydrate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I guess oh my God. Pet the puppies again? Burdock, come here. Abby's getting you pets. Burdock, stop licking your toes. Come here. There you go. And pet your Abby. There we go. There we go. So yeah, OBS, yes, or your preferred streaming software, right? I'm gonna stream everything on my TV. Oh, nice. Yeah, mini pets. All the pets for the poor babies that are scared of storms. Although poor Bardock, he has 2 brain cells and he doesn't know enough to be afraid. Checkmate, checkmate, Natalie, right now. Alfie. Okay, let me set a timer for 3 minutes. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to do this in checkmate. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. 3 minutes on the clock. It's starting. Okay. I don't know if I can get a tutorial sounding like this. But I'm going to try. Where was I at? Okay, yes. You do not have to have Twitch open. You can, but if it's really helpful, you have Stream Manager open. So if you can't see right here, Stream Manager will allow you to do a lot of things within your stream to be able to. This is so hard. No, is that my advice? What the hell? No, not you. No. Okay. Stream Manager has a lot that is very helpful, and after this, I can go away Stream Manager. This is cheeks and I was very chipmunky. Anyway, I was stop right behind the carpet. It's freaking. God damn it! Y'all just like to bully me sometimes. I try to help you. I just try to bully me. What the hell's going on over here? Can y'all even understand what I'm saying? Because I'm having a hard time saying what I'm saying. So much for the informative stream. I know, right? We just ran right to the toilet. We're just going down to the end of the farm. We don't mind your family with my grandpappy and uncle are. Oh, they're all crying. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. A minute and a half more of that freaking, of that frickly dinkin Southern voice, but we can get rid of that. Whew, that is hard to do. Oh my God. Okay. Whew, just a second. Well, y'all, all right. We're going back to informative stream, but we can do this as Southern Natty. We do not have to bring back Chipmunk Natty. We can leave Chipmunk Natty over in the corner. Thank you, thank you. Anyway, as I was saying, I would suggest to have your streaming manager open because it is very helpful during stream. Although, again, Chrome is very resource intensive on your computer. So it's also helpful sometimes if you want to just have chat or if you want to have your stream manager to have it on your phone while you stream. You do not have to have it all up on your computer, on your device. Although, Nox, I do know it's different a little bit for you since you are streaming from your console onto you're streaming from your computer, but you're gaming on your console, so a little bit different. You'll have a little bit more resources to go around than some other people that are only streaming off of their one device. But I also have everything going on my desktop. Now, what this means is that if something happens and Windows decides to update in the background and needs to pull all of my bandwidth for that Windows update, guess what happens? Everything crashes because there ain't no bandwidth to give. Because I already got bandwidth going to Chrome to keep my things open, and Chrome isn't optimized, and so Chrome takes up a lot of computer resources that it really doesn't need to. And I know it probably should change. But Chrome is just what I'm familiar with, and so I'm a creature of habit. That I am, creature of habit. Anyway, so oh wait, there it is. Okay, that was another minute and a half of Natty after a minute and a half of Natty with Chipmunk. So having the external source helps a lot. So, so if you can separate things to where you still have some bandwidth left over, it can be helpful. What I do whenever like last night, what happened was not an OBS failure. Okay, I did not get any OBS error message. What happens is Windows decided to update something small in the background that took all my bandwidth at once for my internet. I looked, my internet itself was stable. I was still getting plenty of like high-speed data, basically Wi-Fi to my computer, right? When fucking Windows use, right? There's some things that they do in the background that they just decide to do in the middle of whenever, right? They don't, I wish they would wait until you're not being used. Update then. Update when you're not being used. Why are you doing it when you're being used, right? And it crashed my stream. And it is frustrating because there's literally nothing I can do about it, right? Windows wants to update whenever it wants to update. It happens. So if you are ever in a stream and you see it and you're in the middle of a stream and you're somebody that just watches other streamers, when you think the update meme is actually a meme, oh my God, and their stream crashes, it is so, I already know that it's so frustrating for the person that's streaming, but it's also so heartbreaking because I have definitely welcomed brand new people into the stream before, only to have the stream immediately fail. And that is, like, last night I even had a brand new chatter, somebody that hadn't chatted before, that had asked me if I knew Dim, and I was trying to respond to them and realized my stream had crashed. And realized that my bitrate had completely was awful. My bitrate had gone to hell. That I had no, like, my internet speeds for my stream itself particularly were tanking. My game was playing smoothly. Everything else was fine. Internet gone. Right? What took all my bandwidth all at once? It's literally a small Windows update in the background. And it just took everything all at once. It took enough to where it cut my stream off, basically. And in moments like that, I can't get that viewer back. I really wanted to talk to them. They asked me if I knew Dim somehow, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know Dim. Like, let's, like, cool. Like, I'm a very communicative person. I like knowing about people, like, hey, where you from? What's going on? You know, tell me about yourself. And so having to come back, and even though I'm, oh my God, so thankful for the people that decide to stay around and actually come back, I might never see that person again. And even if it's a shitty experience for one person, it's still a shitty experience, right? I don't want to do that. And so especially when there are things that are out of my control that happen, this happens to every streamer. I feel like you will be in streams that this happens, you know, and it sucks. Just really, whether you stream or not, be patient with your people. You know, there's some things that happen that are literally, we cannot control them at all. And random Windows updates is one of those things, unfortunately. All right, so we have about an hour left, and we have covered OBS and alerts. I'm going to go to Stream Manager next because it seemed like we had some questions about Stream Manager specifically. But before we move from alerts, are there any questions about alerts or anything else? Oh, I guess one thing I should say for my alerts that are the ones that are like the different sounds. Here, I'll play one. These.
A few moments later.
These are a web browser. They are, or like a web source, basically, from a different program that I have added to it. People requested sound alerts. I got them sound alerts. I was able to add it through a third-party program. Let me actually, properties. They are from literally soundalerts.com. And again, because I don't want to gatekeep, or like basically not really gatekeep, but like I don't want to put a like a pay block in front of things that I add as much as I can. I have those available. Some are available through channel points and some that are available through bits. I have maxed out the ones that I can put through channel points. I think that allowed you like somewhere between 6 and 10 sounds or something like that for channel points. I filled up every single one of those before I went to bits, just so that people that only have channel points and only want to use channel points can still feel engaged in the stream. You do not have to feel like you have to spend money in order to have a good time over here. That's one of that you'll see that as a theme pretty much, is like, I can do this, but how can I make sure that everybody has access to it? And of course, they're a little bit more sound alerts program is free. It is free. Most things, everything that I have for my stream, let me think. Everything I have for my stream is free. I'm pretty sure that's true. Everything that I have not spent money on, anything you see in front of you. My overlay, my mod made it for me. My 3D VTuber, I made it with software. My chat geode I drew. The Golden Throne is a royalty-free PNG. And then, yeah, my sound alerts were free. Everything in here, I did not pay a single penny for anything in front of you. It took time and effort, sure, and it took I mean, I have to have a beefier, I can't have a laptop and run my 3D VTuber. You cannot do this unless you have a very beefy gaming laptop, right? And then that's why pngtubers are pretty popular. And I want to also make sure that people know how to access and make those, because I also understand, even though making a 3D VTuber, you can do so for free, you need pretty decent computer resources in order to run the program, right? So that's why I always also try to give information about how to set up things that are easier depending on where you are in your streaming. You know, if you want to do a PNG tuber or 2D VTuber or 3D VTuber, where you at and what you have can dictate a lot. And I grew up hella poor, and I want to make sure that cost is not a barrier for as many people as possible. Streaming is so much fun. Gaming is so much fun. Just interacting with people and getting to know everyone in the wider like streaming and gaming communities is amazing. And the last thing I want to do is be like, oh, you have to get this specific thing because it's exactly what I have, and you have to pay this much money to build this PC. I want to try to find ways to help you, regardless of what your resources are, to start. And if it's not possible now, then sometimes it's not possible now. But if you have the resources available, like, I really want to try to find ways to, help you get to where you need to go, or help you get to where you want to go. You know, pretty point blank. It's not ever about me. It's about what I can do here. So if I have helpful information that can help you out, I'm obviously more than happy to help you all out. But yeah, everything I've used is free. And I have commissioned some stuff, and I am working on some other stuff that isn't free. The Me 6 box bought in my Discord was not free. But he not sponsored, but he is on a really good sale right now. If you wanted a lifetime subscription to Me 6 bot for your Discord, it's $50 right now. I paid $75 for it. So if you wanted a lifetime subscription for that, that is on sale right now. I think it's only on sale for a couple more hours. It was on sale for, like, I checked, it was like 9 hours left this morning. So I don't know how much longer it has on that sale. If that's something you're interested in. All right, moving on. We're gonna go Stream Manager. So, so here you see literally my background, like what I see whenever I'm streaming. My just chatting, you know, all my things, live Q&A. I'm excellent. Recommend no changes. I don't recommend changes either. Thanks for calling me excellent. Thank you, thank you. So you will see, like my pin thing, all my chat. So you can change it out what you want and what's helpful to you. But this is how I have mine laid out. And I also have mine as a half screen. So I have two monitors. Half of my screen is going to be OBS and half of my screen is going to be my Stream Manager. And I have that literally so I can monitor my OBS and my stream, like how my OBS is reacting at the same time that my stream is reacting. So I have two Chrome browsers up. One of them is going to be looking at my sorry, my mind just went blank. Woo. One of them is going to be for my Stream Manager. One of them is going to be my actual channel, and then not a browser, but another thing that I've opened on my second monitor is going to be my OBS. And so I have those up all at the same time. From here, so I'm going to close it off because that's not really anything. I have a bunch of information that I have, right? And some of it's more helpful than others. Most of what I use is over here in quick actions. Okay. We also have an ads manager. So my ads, actually, that might be a good thing. I can also go over ads for those that are affiliate or looking to be affiliate, so you can see what to expect, right? And I can also go over emotes a little bit before we leave because those are also both pretty simple. Close this, okay. Close this, okay. So my quick actions allow me to edit my stream info. When I click on this, it brings up my title of my stream, what my live notification is, what my category is. For this one, I'm just chatting, but whatever game I'm playing, it'll be in here. My tags for my stream, helping allow people to find me, and then other information. This one that says, let viewers know your stream was previously recorded. Failure to label reruns leads to viewer confusion, which damages trust. I never clicked this. I've never seen anybody click this. I've never seen anybody use this. So if you use this or know of anybody that uses it, let me know. I've never known it to be helpful. If I had specific content that I should have labeled, you must label it here. It is not a good thing to necessarily put stuff on Twitch that may be against Twitch terms of service. But if you're getting things that are within Twitch terms of service that may have suggestive themes in one way or another, you need to label them. Now, I'll tell you why. It is already not great whenever you have to label something because it becomes suppressed within, oh, hey, Crowley's a Madman, welcome in, welcome in. It'll be suppressed. It won't really be something that that Twitch pushes out, right? As being, unless you have like crazy viewership, right? Some people are political commentators and have crazy viewership, and their stuff still gets watched, right? But if you are talking about something that may be a sensitive topic or something, you need to mark it. If you do not mark it, and people find you offensive and like, hey, they should have marked it, and they report you for that, you can kind of get basically marks against your account. And so you need to make sure that if you have anything that's gambling related, that's, I guess, honestly, prolonged and repeated use of obscenities, profanities, and vulgarities, especially as a regular part of speech. Maybe, possibly, but I don't think that it's like so much that it's overbearing. Significant, I wouldn't say, I don't know. Is it significant? Maybe, I don't know. So it basically is like, what is the focus of this? Like if I was only cussing, because there are some people that play games and they get very mad and they cuss the whole time, right? That's not me. I don't get mad at games. If I say something, it's typically to be silly. And it's definitely not directed at anybody that I care about, right? Or anybody in chat. Not directed at y'all at all. It might be directed at the game, or sometimes directed at myself if I'm feeling particularly bad about that move. So you do need to mark it, okay? It will suppress your video, but you do need to mark it. Just putting that out there. If you don't, you could get in trouble. Okay. Here we have clip, so I can clip something. I really only use this, like never. I typically, what I would do is I would click on my, because I also have clip up here. I would clip on here. Let me move my body a little bit over so you can see it. So I would clip here, and it would pop up another browser, and that browser would have the like the information, like that, like 60-second window, right? Like it normally happens when you clip. I would leave that till the end of stream. I would, after I have my stream, I look at if I've clipped anything, and then I would change it. Raid. All the time, guys. All the time. Okay? I'm not going to raid out now, but I'm going to show you what this looks like. So I'm going to click raid. The first thing I do is click following. I always raid the people I'm following. Like 90% of the time. I very rarely raid somebody that I'm not. Because these are people that I have either watched their stream, streamed with, or like were recommended to me by somebody in the community. Because I want to make sure that y'all are sent to somebody that you can actually enjoy. I enjoy them for a reason. So, or somebody in the community enjoys them for a reason. There's a reason that for me to send them to you besides just, like just finding them a random person. Now, you know, sending people to a random person is still a lot of fun because they are never expecting it, right? Ever. But, I do like to, and I almost always have people that I am following in here. So let's see who's on right now, okay? So we have Morg that's on playing Repo, T-Pain, because during my New Year's Eve stream, Fiddle wanted me to raid T-Pain, but he wasn't on, and so I said next time Fiddle's on and T-Pain is in, then then I'll raid him, and then I've already raided him, so I guess I don't necessarily have to, you know, raid T-Pain again. Wookie is on, playing Metro Exodus. Green Pilot is on, playing Helldivers. Green Pilot, somebody that I actually met in COD. Buggy is on, playing The Sims 4. Ecto is on, playing Tom Clancy. Ooh, Ghost Recon. I love Ghost Recon. Should I play Ghost Recon, guys? I'll play Ghost Recon. Oh, I love Ghost Recon. Okay. Nadalula, I don't know, Crisis Core, and Stev playing Bloodborne. Anyway, so I would choose somebody, and so here's what I do. Okay, I'm not gonna do it now. Oh, Infinite NAS, not an OBS. I know, right? I'm moving back and forth and back and forth. Let me see how this looks. Sorry, I'm gonna watch my watch my mirrored self go in the back. Oh, look, she keeps on going. Mini Nats. So, okay, so here's what I do. I click on whoever I'm streaming with not who I'm streaming with, who I'm going to raid to, okay? I change to my end card, which y'all are going to see in a second. I'll go ahead and check. I'll change my end card, right? I will typically say a few more words, and then I will, you can raid from OBS. I think it's a command from, well, I use the commands from, so this is my Twitch stream manager, right? And where I have raid channel. And you can also do this from your phone. You can also see stream manager from your phone. So there's also that if you don't have easy access to your, laptop or whatever at the moment, or your computer. I haven't tried raiding from OBS, and I do not know what that looks like, and I do not know if it's possible. you would have to have Stream Manager up in Twitch in order to have this specific thing come up. I'm unsure what it would look like otherwise. Oh, let's do grid view. Oh, viewers low to high, high to low. So no, I never sort by viewers. I only sort by, I pretty much choose somebody to raid based off of like, have I raided them recently? Are they a new person? So I actually should have Twitch up in the background. Well, you can have it basically not up while you're gaming and streaming, and then literally have your Stream Manager up at the end. But yeah, you can also just have it up. Now, I think you just start raid from Stream Manager, but you can send them off in OBS afterwards. Oh, that's true. So basically, after I start the raid, I will go ahead and switch to my end card. I might say a couple things, but once I am done speaking, and this is important. Okay, Stream Manager is in Twitch. So if you go to your creator dashboard, let me move this around. If you go to your creator dashboard in Twitch, and it's the second, there's home and then there's Stream Manager. And if you click on that, you should have something similar to this pop up, although you're not, unless you're streaming right now, you wouldn't see this part right here. But you would see like, yeah, you're getting, it's okay. There's a lot, but this is, it's recorded, right? Feel free to watch this back whenever you're setting it up, right? And yours will look different because you can move these panes around. Like you can grab them and drop them anywhere. It does resize them whenever you do that, so be careful. But you can grab them and you can drop them however makes sense to you, right? So once you raid out and once you are like done talking, count to something between 5 or 10, or well, sorry, I say raid out. Once you've selected the person you're raiding to, because you can click start raid, okay? So here, I'll pull this up again, raid channel, following, and then I could click on somebody, right? It will give you time for people to get ready for the raid, and then it will have a button that says start raid and a timer countdown. The timer countdown is basically after the timer's over, it will automatically raid. But I typically, it's like a 3-minute or something. I don't want you all just sitting there for 3 minutes, right? I don't want to do that. So I typically will start the raid sooner. What I do is as soon as I stop talking, like I'll be like, hi guys, like, thanks so much for joining guys. I hope you have a good one. Bye. Or something like that. I will count to somewhere between 5 and 10. And then I will push start raid. The reason is because there is some latency between when you say your last words and when people are, the raid happens instantly, right? As soon as you start your raid, it happens instantly. If because of latency issues, the people might not hear you say goodbye if you just say bye and then raid out immediately. Count down somewhere between 5 and 10 Mississippis and then push start raid and then end your stream on OBS. So that way everybody hears you say bye. There's not a long wait. They seamlessly transition to the next stream. And then you end your stream on OBS. Because sometimes, most of the time, the raid will end your stream for you. But I have had it happen where it did not end my stream for me. And I was still streaming even after I raided out, which was weird. So make sure to end your stream on OBS. All right, I'm going to get some food and get things ready. Oh, absolutely, Nugget. Have a good one. And enjoy your food, whatever you got. Delicious. But that's something I learned from raiding out. That's actually something I learned from both raiding out and from watching my VODs. Because all of a sudden, I was like, okay, everyone, and then just cut off before I said bye. I was like, whoa, it didn't record that. Why didn't it record that? And then I realized I raided out, as I always do, right? I did not count down in my head. I literally just raided it into my stream. And the latency, they did not get to hear the rest of my goodbye. I was like, oh, I guess I need to give some time for the stream to catch up to where I'm at before I raid out. So that's something that I have learned relatively recently. I'd like to pass it on to you. All right, let's work through this. Manage goals. So here you have goals for your follower goal, your subscription goal, your bits goal, and your plus program. I don't use plus program. You can, but it's like a push goal, like a much larger goal that you can have. Your bits, I don't use bits goals. Subscription, I do have subscription goals, but they I followers are the ones that I again push for, because it's all about like building a community and us gaming together, and all for the love of gaming and all for like helping each other. And I have follower goals are the only goals that are actually attached to differences in how I stream and differences in upgrades and new emotes. Like my 250 follower, so many emotes dropped, so many new emotes. Like that was something that I was doing specifically for 250. For 500, which is the next goal, there are other things that are going to be planned for when I hit those goals. So yes, I'll have subscriber goals, but the only goals that are attached to like things happening with the stream are based off of follower goals. You can change this however you want. Obviously, you can attach real world things that happen on anything. You do not have to do it just based off of followers, but it has been like something that I've just been doing as a way to sort of like, thank you so much for helping me build my community. Here's some way I can give back to you. Stream together. Y'all may have heard me love hate stream together. So this is what this looks like. So I'm gonna say get started. Not now. First thing whenever you stream together, real quick, mute yourself and turn on and mute your audio, because if not, you will be doing double and it will be horrible. You will invite your guests. So you have your favorites, you have your followers, subscribers, whatever. You can also just search for somebody, okay? You can search for someone to invite. Once you have them here, they will pop up next to you and you can start sharing chat. You click on sharing chat, and then this is what allows both of you to share chat back and forth. But the person that sends the stream together invite also has to be the one that starts sharing chat. A big thing with stream together that's pretty cool that I do not use is that you can actually have, if you do like you know how we have the reactives on Discord, you can actually have basically their model, or hey Grams, remember to hydrate. Oh, thank you, I will. Yes, and stream together because I'm not streaming with anybody. Thank you, I will hydrate. Thank you, Grams, I appreciate you. Thank you. Hope you're having a good day. What was I saying? Oh no. My brain just left me for a moment. I had to do something with stream together. Let me open this back up. Does it come back? No. It did not come back. Okay, so the host has to be the one to start the share chat. Oh, whenever you share chat, you also share moderation. So if you, thank you for the posture check. Thank you. Oh, squish. Hey, Polar. Brain fog go burr. No joke. Brain fog is going burr. For real. It's a unfortunate side effect of my ADHD is sometimes I get brain fog. It sucks. But shit. You were talking about stream together. Yeah. What specifically though? Okay, the person that hosts it has to be the one to share chat. As I remember, that's the last thing I remember saying it before my brain just went completely blank. Yeah, I don't remember. It does open up another browser, so you will another browser window. Oh yeah. Okay. So imagine if I was a somebody that streamed without a VTuber model, like had a face on me, right? Okay. So something that's really cool about stream together is that I don't use, because it is actually pretty resource intensive. For this, for Vtuber. I hate that word though. Like, it just sounds like you're calling him a flesh tube, and then that's too close to a fleshlight. And I'm just like, a flesh tube, like I don't know why I like that. I don't know why I like that. Stretch. Oh, thank you. Oh, Nox. What things have come out of innocent Natty's mouth? Oh no, That's okay. I have screamed I like holes on stream, but that was because of the movie Holes. And but I say things both in context and out of context all the time. Oh, thank you for the stretch. Stretch. Oh, not the cat. Oh my god, it's good. Shame. Holes is a good movie. There is no shame in loving that movie. I love that movie. And you get those whore words out of your whore mouth, Grim's Reaper, for dissing my love of Holes. Dang it. I should put like asterisk the movie, because anything else sounds so sus. I will agree that there's no way that doesn't sound sus. Lore. God damn it. I mean, it already is. I literally played a game about digging the holes because of the lore. I mean, I was shaming you for what you said about flesh tubes. Oh my god. Well, flesh tubers, okay, or people that stream without a face streamers, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, people that use their camera and not a VTuber model is what I'm trying to say. IRL streamers, that works. Yeah, IRL streamers, there you go. Whether you are an IRL streamer or a VTuber, you can basically share what your camera is picking up as a video source for someone else to use on their stream. So if you're ever in someone else's stream, and the easiest thing I can do this, because people that do IRL streaming use this somewhat frequently whenever they stream together, is they will have windowed boxes that have multiple people up all at the same time from all of their videos. This is done through Stream Together. Okay? You can do it through other ways, I'm sure, but the way that Twitch does it is through Stream Together. You can have your information about what your webcam is picking up. In this case, I would send information about my VTuber model to Stream Together, and then the other person can take the web browser link from Stream Together and add it as a source to have that person populate on their stream without having to use a Discord reactive. It would basically have how I look now on that person's stream, exactly as I look here, right? And exactly as I move here, like everything, because it's sending basically the data I'm sending to Twitch. It would also be sending it to them via Stream Together. The reason I do not do this is because it's very resource intensive. So it does exist. And if you ever want to ask me how to set it up, I have done it before. It is very difficult, but I have done it before. In fact, actually, because I've recorded all my streams, I can pick up examples. So let me go ahead and let me search my own YouTube channel, right? Which I put all my VODs on YouTube. Sometimes it's a little bit later than I want it to be, but they're all there. Oh, oops. I want to go, let's see, probably this one. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm going to show you this, okay? I'll move this over. Okay? This is me doing this with Stream Together. So this is my friend Buggy410. I've rated him. And this is me next to him. And so you can see that I have not just his voice or his Discord reactive, but I actually have him next to me. He is my IRL friend. He's my actual friend. I love Buggy. Buggy's a great dude. But yeah, this is Buggy. We actually started streaming about the same time. And we streamed Helldivers a lot when we first started streaming together. But yeah, Discord reactives are so popular. Yeah, it's so easy. It's very popular. And then I have ones where I got the one where I can move my arms, and I tried to pat him on the head. So there are ways that are really cool that you can like. Sorry, I'm being so goofy in the background. I'm literally being so goofy.
You know, the streaming thing is really. I think.
Oh, sorry. These some of my older videos. I mean, I'm still the same me.
No, we're not streaming.
But I still like. I have to mute myself for a second. I find myself hilarious, and I forget like things that I've done and everything, and so it's a lot of fun. Anyway, all my videos are on YouTube. If you ever want to just like see some of my older stuff, they're all available like as examples, right? And so this was done through Stream Together. So basically, he put his video, he sent it to Stream Together. I took the link from Stream Together and I added as a web source to my OBS. This allowed me to take the camera that he's using for OBS and place it within my, place it as a source, right? And then yeah. And so I would put myself right next to him. This is, let's see, Helldivers 2 War. This is a pretty early one. Let me see if I can find another one. Because sometimes he joins in a little late, but there's one. Let me see if I can find one real quick where it's both of us and I'm moving my arms. This one was close to Halloween. You can tell I'm wearing my Halloween fit. I've returned diving to help with the homies, but there's one where I'm next to him and I'm moving my arms. Sorry, that's what I'm looking for right now. This is the first time I used the tactical outfit. Hell yeah. All right, and there's Corn and Stove, who I also stream with a lot. Oh, here's one that's streaming with Buggy specifically, or it says so in the title. It looks though like we didn't do the stream together. Oh look! Oh my God, Vivian and is that Vic, or is that oh shit! It's been a minute. I know that's Vivian. I think that is that Vic? That might be Vic. But anyway, yeah, I also try to make playlists so that if you're into Helldivers, you can watch Helldivers. If you're into COD, you can watch COD, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, I'll get off of this. Close. Anyway, so you can basically, I was just going to show you an example of using he would have my my Vtuber model next to him because that was the information I was sending to Stream Together, and I had his camera next to me because that was the information he was sending to Stream Together. All right, fun stuff. Okay, so we talked about OBS. We talked about the different alerts that you can get. We went through. Oh, I guess I can finish going through there. So this is to run an ad. So if you ever want to like take a break and run an ad, you can always just pop in a 60-second ad. So I have thought about doing this whenever I like literally have to go up, take the dogs out, use the bathroom. Do I need a hotkeys for scenes? I don't. So I don't think you need to. Here, let me bring them back over here. You can. Okay, so you should see my whole OBS again. Whenever I have this in studio mode. Studio mode is a lifesaver, by the way, because basically while I'm streaming, if I know what I want to transition to next, I just have it waiting here. And then whenever I want to transition, I just click to transition. Okay? And I can go back and forth just pushing this button in the middle, zoom, but the zoom is what I use specifically because it is that video that I mentioned that, yeah. It displays the window side by side. So whenever you're in studio mode, it'll just display the two windows. So this will be the active window, which is the window you're streaming. This will be a non-active window, which you can make adjustments to it. Even if I had this on the same side here, actually it might be help. So I have this now on the same side, right? I can make changes to one without it impacting the other. And then whenever I'm ready, I can just zoom it over. Or, I could also just transition. Here, actually, let me move that. Transition. So I can transition without zooming, right? I don't have to zoom. You can just hit the transition, okay? And whenever I have to adjust people's, the Discord reactive is one thing I have to adjust a lot because more people get added to the Discord, more people are playing, or maybe people drop off. Then that is how I change it and then switch over. So OBS only shows what you want it to. Yes? You can basically customize OBS to show you whatever you need to stream effectively. This is what I have because this is what helps me. What helps you might be different. I don't know if that answered your question. Okay. So we talked about OBS. We've talked about alerts, and now we're getting through here. Sub only chat, never. I might like if I ever get like if there's ever a time whenever I get raided and the people that raid are horrible and like bullying, I might change to sub only chat because most of my chat is subbed. Thank you for the community subs. I appreciate it. But that would be like a emergency button. Like if I shrink the game and play window, it won't show my desktop. Okay. Depending. If you are sharing, if what you're sharing is your desktop, then you need to make sure that that you are have something behind it. I'm gonna give you an example, right? Okay, so right now I'm sharing my desktop. So behind here, behind door number 1, that's just what I have over here above my desktop is basically a notes app. Just so it's just not, I don't have anything up. It's just not, I just don't want it to be distracting, right? Whenever I'm going back and forth. So that's basically what I have up. Sorry, I'm trying to figure, is this one? There it is. Okay, cool. I was trying to figure out which one I had over here. So if you wanted to only do the window, you can do that. But because I was specifically doing this in a way where I can bring things in and out of a screen, that's why I did this stream this specific way. So it depends on what you have as a source. If you, like we mentioned that you probably won't be able to have a game source because you're using a capture card. So your options are probably going to be either to have your monitor as a source, which is what I have now, which is why whenever I move this, you can see the background, right? You can see the behind it is because I'm using my monitor as a source. Or you can use if you beyond monitor, you can have window capture. If you have window capture, it will only show the window no matter what. Only show the window. Reason I'm asking is because if I need to change to be back soon, I don't want them to actually see me clicking the source. Oh, no. Yeah. If you need to change to your be right back screen, and that be right back screen is on the same screen as what you're capturing to stream, what I would suggest is not, what I would suggest is having your source only ever be a window capture where you're capturing a specific window and not a display capture. Window capture will let you choose from a set of windows that are open on your desktop of what to stream. Similar to how if like you're in Discord and it lets you choose like an application or a screen to show, right? You get to choose that window, okay? If you choose to display your or to show your entire display and use display capture will show your entire monitor, which is what I have going on now, just so that like as I move things in and out, y'all can see me moving things in and out, okay? So as long as you don't have display capture as your setting, they will not see it. Let me actually see if I can make an example. Let me see if I'm gonna try to do something weird. So apologies. So I have this on both my, so right now this is on this side of my computer and I'm moving it so where right now I have my monitor, it's on both my monitors basically. So I'm going to add in window capture and I'm going to, window capture 2. I'm going to select a window. I'm going to do one of these is correct. Okay, cool. Okay. And then that is automatically goes to the top. So if you see this is what the display capture looks like. Okay. This is what the window capture looks like. Do you see that my OBS is not here? Here, let me even do you one better. I will move my OBS completely to the middle of the screen. Okay. And now I'm going to turn on window capture. Window capture only captures the window. Display capture captures the entire screen, including the OBS on top of it. So if you do window capture, you will be fine. If you display capture, it will show everything on your screen. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. Yes, because I do not need extra sources and forget about them, because I will forget. Yeah, I would do window. I would do window for sure. Because you won't be able to do game capture because it won't be sending game. Well, it will be sending game, but as like, it's like the difference between taking a video and taking a screen recording, right? Believe it or not, taking your screen recording has a lot less data in it. Just like taking a picture and taking a screenshot have a lot less data in it, right? Taking a picture is much more data intensive. Taking a screenshot does not. So it's like, that's kind of the difference between game capture and window capture, I guess. In a sense, the way that you're doing it with sending your display or your display of the game to your monitor. You're not playing from your desktop. You're playing from your console. The display of it, which I would consider to be like a like almost a screen recording of it, is being sent. That is what's being sent. And so that's what you're gonna need to capture. It won't let you capture the game like it does for me on my laptop or on my computer. Yeah. Okay, cool. See, we're making progress. Look, we're making progress. Understanding is happening. All right. Oh, we're running short on time. I did promise I was going to keep myself around 3 hours just because I could talk about this forever. But if I keep on going, then I'm going to lose my voice eventually because I do talk a lot. So the last thing that I'm going to go ahead and talk about, so I'm going to go over emotes. So emotes are under viewer rewards. If you are not affiliate, you won't see this, but this is just to show you what's coming up if you're trying to work towards affiliate. So we already went up, well, kind of power-ups and channel points. These feed into alerts as well. So I'll just show you this behind the scenes. You have your bits. I haven't added any, or I don't know if there's a way to add things about bits. Bits are pretty standard. I can change like how much they cost, but I've just kept them how they're standard. I have some default rewards, and then I have ones that I've added, which are a lot more. So I add on to these. The ones I would suggest, yes, I have a lot. That's a lot. The ones I suggest you start off with are not all of these, right? You add them as you grow. I did not start off with all of these, right? Especially, I literally just added 2 of them. Literally, just added 2. I would suggest starting off with a hydrate, starting off with a posture check, and starting off with a stretch. These are streamer care items. People like to make sure that streamers are taking care of themselves. And it is nice to know that y'all care. Like, do you want your community to feel like your community takes care of you? Get these. Every time somebody hydrates, I'm like, they want me to make sure I'm taking care of myself. Posture check. They're making, and stretch. All making sure that they want me to take care of myself, right? Yes, this is only after affiliate, because channel points, you can only accrue on affiliate channels. You can only do it on affiliate channels, okay? But I'll show you an example, okay? So actually, I need to change this edit. I need to change the image, but I'll have to do it later. I tried to make all the ones that are a sound have the sound icon, okay? Because you can change the icon that it has, and if it has a sound icon, that means it's, a sound. So it's easier to pick out. Funny Bones, oh my god, that's so good, Nox, I love it. So let's look up I Got You, Natty. So I have the reward name, and I have a description. Send a hug, high five, head pat, or manly handshake. Nobody has given me a manly handshake. Hug, high fives, and head pats. Actually, most of them are head pats and hugs. To give Natty a little boost of support. No manly handshake, that's okay. I have the cost of it. And then there's a tip. Viewers earn 220 points per hour on average. So that is true, but most people that come and interact with my streams are also subbed because of, amazing community subs. But that means that everybody that subs has a multiplier with how quickly. So actually for my stream, it's about probably around 300 or so, like, channel points average per hour. It's probably higher than most, which again, thank you again. If I wanted to change the reward icon, I would need a 28 by 28, 56 by 56, and 112 by 112 of those images. And I would put them up here. Okay. This is how it looks like whenever people redeem it, and it asks them to send a message, and that is right here. So if it didn't ask them to send a message, it would just look like that. But because I asked them to send a message, it opens up. And this is so people can choose what they want to send as support, right? A hug, high five, head pat, or manly handshake. And then I have cooldowns and limits. Like if I wanted to cool it down, I could do the. Oh, thank you for the manly handshake, Knox. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right, manly handshake. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll give myself a kind of manly handshake. I have been told that I have a very strong handshake, which is kind of why I added that. So I have a strong handshake. Just to let you know, people are surprised. I don't know why, but people are surprised. I don't know. I put it in the box of mysteries, right? Anyway, so let's say, actually, let me save that. Let me go to one that does have, could have done epic fist bump. Oh, I can add fist bump to it. So let's just English is banned or Southern Natty. We did Southern Natty earlier. Southern Natty has a cooldown. Southern Natty has a cooldown for 15 minutes. There is no max, so people can, if you wanted to set a timer for every 15 minutes, and after 15 minutes, send this again, you could. Because there isn't currently a stream max. And there isn't currently a max per individual. Like I can't say that I'm just gonna make somebody be able, cooldown should be an hour. I mean, if it gets bad, I can always come in here and adjust. Right now, people are having fun with it, and it's so spread out that it's not hurting me too much. But if it does get overwhelming, then I can come over here and I can change it. But that's generally, so you do have some controls. And of course, this is how it looks like because I don't have, there's no reason for somebody to need to enter text here. This one is different because I did make it, I did go ahead and put the different sizes of chat geode in here, right? And I also said that it can only be used once per stream. And I also said that it's no longer till the end of the stream. It's until you get knocked off, which there's up to 40 people I can VIP. So once there's 41, somebody got to go, right? So those are kind of like the things that I have generally available for channel points. If you have ideas about how to use channel points in a kind of a cool way or what you want, I can absolutely be a sounding board. Kai has actually helped me a lot with my New Year's Eve stream because I was still such a brand new streamer. It's like 2 months in, right? And I needed help with like stuff for the wheel. For the spinny wheel. Yeah, you remember the Kai. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. So much fun. And so some of the stuff that Kai did help me figure out for the wheel ended up becoming channel points. Also, for a while, people kept on making me kiss my enemies. Hi, Natty, Kai the cutie. I still have this as a black market clearance sale, and I still have it on here. I just made it more expensive because it was all the time. Did I also add a cooldown? Let me see if I added a cooldown. Oh yeah, so I also have a 30-minute cooldown and limit redemptions per user per stream. So you can use this twice per stream. But because it was literally overtaking my streams, I added more protections in. You may have to adjust. That's just part of it, okay? You may have to, and it's okay. It's okay. But because I want it to be fun for everybody. I don't want to feel overwhelmed by all the times y'all are trying to make me kiss like freaking Nurgle's spawn or Nurgle's followers. And I also want to have fun playing the game. And I also want y'all to have fun. It's all about finding balance, because if I let somebody else, if I'm starting to feel overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that I have to do, y'all are going to feel it too. Y'all are going to see me like not having as much of a fun time. And then you're going to be like, whoa, what happened? Why isn't Natty having fun, right? So as long as I kind of protect that balance of like what I can realistically handle while I'm playing a game and while I'm talking to chat, which can sometimes be a lot, because I'm already like basically having a conversation while I am playing a pretty quick, fast-paced game, right? Adding anything that I have to do on top of that can sometimes be like, not all the time, but sometimes be a lot. What happened that was honestly more difficult was when that was redeemed multiple times and for different reasons. Somebody was like, okay, you do this and kiss everybody, and then you do this, and then like every time you kill somebody you have to do this. And so remembering what the specific requests were was honestly the most difficult part of that, because I'm like, this is getting too much. Like there's so much specificity in what I need to do for every single action that is becoming a lot. I have so many games I want to stream. Check my PlayStation library. I got more than 50 games to choose from. That is awesome, Nox. I also have a lot of games that I'm excited to stream, and choosing them is hard. So I'll be changing up my stream schedule pretty soon. Oh, I need to talk to Dim. Hi, Error. Welcome in. I need to talk to Dim because because of the weather, I can't go out of town tomorrow, and so I will be having my Final Fantasy stream. And so I need to talk to him. I need to talk to them about that. All right. Last thing real quick. We'll go to emotes. Okay. So my emotes look crazy because I try to fill in every single spot. And right now I think every single spot is full actually. So yes. So whenever you reach affiliate, you have the ability to have emotes, which is a lot of fun. One of my favorite parts about affiliate is being able to have custom emotes. I will say, I was not ready for this because I wanted to have them immediately, but I had only been streaming for a little bit over a month when I became affiliate. And if I knew then what I knew now, I would have been working on emotes from the moment I started streaming. Now, you might not hit affiliate that fast, and honestly, most people don't. Most people that stream never hit affiliate. And that is like, it's however you want to stream, it's fine, right? There's nothing wrong with being affiliate or being not affiliate. But if you know that this is coming and you don't have, like, you can either commission emotes. I know Nox commissions some pretty cool emotes, or you can draw your own. There are plenty of free apps. I used a free app on my phone to literally draw all my first emotes, which is why I still use them, is because they're so important to me. A cat quest to my list of games. Oh, that's so cool, Kai. May or not have hit affiliate within 7 streams needed. It's hard as fuck without the community. Yeah, it is. I am very happy to have helped, debut Kai's Twitch specific, because Kai streamed before Twitch, but Twitch specific stream, right? And then also Nugget is now affiliate, and Avi should be almost affiliate, and Luna should be almost affiliate, and then Dim got affiliate, and then also I really want to push Wookie, guys. I'm not even joking. Wookie is a phenomenal person. One of my very first followers, like my first 10 maybe, is still incredibly active in the Discord, is an incredibly like thoughtful and caring person, shows up and just wants to have fun, just literally wants to be your friend. Luna's affiliate, awesome. That's awesome. That's so good. So like, these are people that we have literally helped become affiliate, and I want Wookie to be next so bad. He is literally like, whenever I knew nobody on Twitch, he was even streaming on YouTube, right? He wasn't even a Twitch streamer. When I knew nobody else who was a streamer, he was like showing up to almost every single one of my streams and making sure that I felt supported. Like, he is such a good dude. And so whenever I saw that he was dual streaming, I got so excited because that means I finally get to support him in a way that I can actually support people. Like, I can't support everybody in every way, but damn it, I can help people get affiliate. So, good bean, good member of the community. Absolutely adore Wookie. Cannot say enough good things about him. One of the very few people that was like within like, let me actually check this. I'm gonna have to move this out of the way because I don't want you all to see like everybody in my list. But if I go to my very bottom list of who followed me first, he's gonna be there, and I'm trying to see like within how many people he was, because I really it is like one of my very first people. Let me scroll all the way down. There we go. Okay. There we go. I'm at the bottom of my list, guys. I've got my bestie Buggy. I got Fiddle. Fiddle's actually one of my IRL friends. I got my mod Stoven, Corin, Boat Boy who came from Buggy's channel, somebody else, somebody that's a mutual friend, a couple other people, and then Wookie right here. Wookie right here. So one, like outside of my people that I know outside, I know this person outside of streaming. I know this person outside of streaming. Know this person, know this person, know this person. So beyond the people that I know outside of streaming, oh, and I know this person. That's 6. Kind of know this person. Haven't met this person IRL, but knew him outside of streaming. Well, like, no, like, didn't meet him through streaming. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7th person that was like for real. Like, he's an OG, if you will. Anywho's what's it. I need to hurry up and get this going so I have time to chill a bit in case I'm gonna game tonight. So viewer rewards, emotes. Go back to emotes real quick. I'll show you this. Okay. Actually, I guess if Wookie streaming, I guess we're gonna raid Wookie after this. Okay, guys. So real quick, if you haven't hit affiliate yet and you're thinking about it, definitely I would say you don't get this much. You unlock things as you go, right? But you do get 5 free standard emotes, and you get a handful of subscriber emotes that you can do, right? Raid Wookie for sure, absolutely. So I'm gonna show you how to do this. So you can have default emotes, right? You can have something, they do give you some stuff to work with. This love is something that was given, that I started off with. I'm gonna go ahead and snooze this ad, so y'all don't get hit with an ad right before we finish up. And let's say I'm going to my collection. Oh, iRoll Geo. This is an old one. I can put it on, well, everything's full right now, but I could normally put it on a slot assignment, whichever one I wanted. And it's animated, but you can barely tell it's animated because the eyes are so small. It's doing an eye roll with the googly eyes. I think I'm going to take the one with the big ol' eyes and this one and do an eye roll with the big eyes instead. That's on my possible emote list. But again, I'm full, so I'd have to knock some other stuff off. Some things I can knock off pretty easily would be things that are pretty similar. All these 3 things are very similar. I might get rid of Gem Sparkle. And I might keep Rave Geode, but get rid of Geode Party. And then have 2 more spots. So if you do not know how to make a GIF, that's fine. Because if you have a PNG, you can make a animated emote out of it, which is what I really wanted to show you. So we're going to say upload new animated emote. And they give you 2 options. You can either have a custom animated GIF that you upload, right? Or you can animate it yourself with Easy Animate. We're going to choose Easy Animate. All right, I'm going to move this aside so I can upload an image because it's going to open up my the stuff on my desktop. So bear with me one moment. I'm going to choose, let's see. I'm going to choose, it has to be something I've already used as an emote because then it'll be the proper size. So let me use something that I've already used as an emote. Oh, wait. Okay, I need to go desktop. I have it at a different spot. So drawing tablet. Where is it? New emotes, PNGs, banana. There we go. let me do open. Okay. So here I have the banana, right? And I can choose an animation for it. So if you do not know how to make GIFs, or you have PNGs, but you want animated ones, right? You can take those and you can turn them in to an animated one with the easy animate here within Twitch itself. Okay, so we have shake, and it'll basically take your thing. It looks like it's raging. Shake. You can have a rave banana, so it'll change all these colors. Okay, or you roll, which would make it go in and out. Oh, I actually kind of like that. The scrolling blessed banana. You can make it spin. Oh my god, this is so good. It senses heresy. Oh my god, is that what it is? You can have it slide in. It'll just like continue to slide in or slide out, which will basically make it leave. You can arrive. So there it goes. I have some of these that you might recognize. A giggle, which is just like lightly bouncing. A zoom. If I have my Nani as that Nani. Rain, which is my newest geode, right? So you might recognize that here is I use the rain for that. And then dance, which is also, you may recognize this from let's see, where is she? Where is she? There she is. I love her. So like these are just some examples of how, and of course the ray would be something like this. Let me see which other ones I did easy animate with. This one is the shake one, and this one is also the shake one. This one is the zoom. The zoom is that one, right? So, but other ones I did. This one is it's a light bounce. It's the giggle. The raid is the giggle movement. Anyway, I wanted to show you that. So, if you get to the point where you want to have these emotes, or like emotes that you're like, man, I really just wish that they were animated. I would suggest starting off with the PNGs you have and then adding animations to them. It's pretty simple, and it's very easy to do, and it's very user friendly, and it adds more character to what you have, right? You don't have to know everything in order to get started, and that's kind of what I want to just hit on, is like you can work with what you have pretty easily. But things I animate myself are I'm always happy whenever I animate something myself. Of course, for the Emperor, something I animated myself. I made a GIF of that. The juice box, loading, Angry Natty, Chapow is the newest one. And now for bits here, I'm going to be removing these two, and these are two spaces that are kind of, oh, wait, one viewer, Nox, can you see this one? Who has deceased? These are ones I'm going to be replacing, with, specifically, sorry, it's hard to see in what I have open. It's the one where I'm specifically laying down. Where is that one? There's so many. Honestly, I try to give y'all as many emotes as possible because y'all love them so much. Yeah, okay, so Nox, you are the one and only bits tier that's on 5k bits. So you have the deceased. The blessed banana is for 1k bits. So I try to fill in everything. But the deceased specifically in the chat geode are going to be I'm going to make emotes specifically for those tiers. And again, it's like one of those things, like I struggled because I'm like, well, I don't want to put anything behind a paywall, but there's so much, like if I didn't already give so much, I might feel bad about it, right? But I already make so much that I struggle with feeling bad about like making more things. It's just adding more, not taking away, right? I'm not reducing your ability to use emotes. I'm just providing more emotes to certain levels, right? So that's kind of how I see it. But I put a lot of work into this because I want to make sure that y'all, like, first I enjoy it, and then second, like, I'm glad that y'all enjoy it, and I love spending time with you guys, and I'm glad that this is a way that I can give back. And then yeah, everything except for, like, of course I didn't draw the love, that's what came with it. And then the ones that have my model in them, I will probably eventually change out to ones that I have also drawn. But literally everything else, everything. everything else I drew. This represents, God, hours of my life. But it's always fun. All right, before we end, I'm gonna let y'all steer this one more time. There's a whole bunch on the creator dashboard that we did not get a chance to go to. Are y'all curious about anything, and would you like to see anything? Because I am very open about like everything about my streams, and I am fine sharing pretty much anything y'all want to see. If y'all want to see, like, I appreciate the stream. Oh, of course. I hope it was helpful. So for those that maybe joined in a little bit late and want to watch the VOD, I'll go over quickly what we went over real quick. We went over OBS, setting up sources, scenes, audio, etc., Q&A along with that. We went through Stream Manager and the different things about Stream Manager. We went through the different alerts and setting up alerts. We went through power-ups and channel points a little bit, and we went through emotes. Nuggy's live now. Is Wookie live still, or just Nuggy? If Wookie's not live, that's fine. I can raid Nuggy for sure. Oh my god, more people are up. Oh no, Wookie's still up. We're gonna try to get Wookie to affiliate hopefully soon. Well, he reached 10 viewers, which is great. Overlays, or is that OBS? Okay, so yes. So overlays, like those little characters that run, are likely, I'll say likely because I have not added those specific overlays, although I want to, would be a web source that you would add to OBS. And then that web source would populate those little dudes, right? So I'm assuming it's a web source. It seems like a web source, but it would be a source that you would add to OBS. So you would find that program that did that specific thing. If you see something you like specifically, reach out to that creator. Reach out to that creator or that streamer and say, hey, I really like your blank. Can you tell me where you got it? And 9 times out of 10, they will be, especially if it's someone in the community, oh my God, they will be so helpful. Like you can ask them pretty much anything. And so if you find something that you really like, and I also really like the animals, the thing is, if I already have so many sources that I'm running into issues with my OBS running properly, then I might not add another source, right? I might need to figure out things on my end before I start another one. This is very useful. Download OBS recently to help troubleshoot it for a friend. Gonna have to watch the VOD later. Thanks, Teacher Nettie. Oh, anytime. And just fast forward the 3 minutes where I sounded like a chipmunk cowgirl. You can just fast forward that part. No, you don't need to listen to that. All right. This was really good. If y'all want another one, if y'all have more questions, if things come up and you want help troubleshooting, I'm more than happy to help troubleshoot. I have helped people set up pngtubers. I have helped people set up their OBS. I have helped people like figure out like just like this happened. What does that mean, right? And if I have time, I am more than happy to help. If you have questions and you want your questions answered off of stream, but you think that they would be helpful for the community in general, I know y'all are all in my Discord, but my Discord, for those that aren't in it, has a section that is literally about helping you. I have different threads already populated. Choose a thread that's best describe your situation. Ask your question. Either myself or somebody will do our best to answer it for you. And if I can't find the answer, I'll try to send you in the right direction. Literally that's what it's there for. And it also really helps because we have now a log of all these questions that are being asked, right? And all these things that are being requested. So in the future, if somebody says, hey, what issue is this? We can literally send them to how it was already answered and how, so we don't have to keep on trying, or so we can, well, we will, people will still like come in and ask the same questions, but so we can try to limit that and try to show them where it's already been answered, instead of trying to answer those questions over and over again. All right. If I don't go, I've run out of snoozes for my ads. If I don't go soon, y'all will be hit with an ad. So I'm gonna just end it here. submit your questions. If y'all want something again like this about anything else, let me know. I am more than happy to help as much as I can. The VOD will be up, and then it will be uploaded to YouTube probably within a week. I love hanging out with y'all guys. I'll probably be gaming a little bit later, but I'm gonna take a break. My throat's a little tired and sore from streaming so much. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to show y'all my end card, which is all of my lovely fan art, and I am going to raid out. And again, so we have a lot of people that are on, some amazing people that are on. I'm going to raid Wookie because I really want to try to help him get to affiliate. Really great guy. If y'all didn't hear me say that earlier. If you want to like raid and run, that is fine. Take care of yourself first, please, please, please. I would really appreciate it if you just dropped him a follow. He deserves all the love and support, really does. And then once he's an affiliate, I can pop into his first stream and gift him community subs because I really enjoy doing that. All right. In addition to Wookie, like I said, we have a lot of people on. Nugget is getting on. Herzakiss is on. Buggy's on. Ecto's on. The Iron Lung is on. I Am Stev on. Mortuary's on. Violet V Tired, who's a new person I found because of Eternal, is also on. Okay? Amazing, amazing people. So please, 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 please feel free to spread the love. If Wiki doesn't end up being your vibe, that is fine. But you know what? We never know. And I love to share the love however I can. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to initiate the raid for him. Okay. And we're going to get that started in just a second. This might be a pretty big raid for him. So I just want to encourage y'all to please, please, please be kind. I know y'all always are. But it could be overwhelming. If you are a follower, that is our follower raid. If you are a sub, that is what is available to you. Also, feel free to mix it up a little bit. Throw in some for the emperors if you would like. We can make this fun. But anyway, thank you so much, my guys, my homies, my geodes. I really do enjoy spending so much time with you. Thank you for following. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for being such great parts of the community. And I will see y'all next time. Bye, everyone.